Good morning, guys. Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. Ow. Hey, cool gamer. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning, Purple Peach. Happy Saturday, everybody. Oh, yeah, you're making breakfast? Girl, I've been eating fruits since I got up. I've been eating melon and pineapple. That's my thing. I love pineapples if it's really sweet, that is. So that's what I've been doing. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm not like normally on a Saturday morning, I'll be up like really, really early and cleaning and stuff, but I'm just so lazy today. I don't feel like doing nothing. It's like everything from Monday to today to Friday just fell on me, and I just feel so tired. Like the week was a little bit busy, so you know how it is picking coconuts for those who, do the coconut thing. So I'm tired, man. My body said no. So I'll probably try later on to do that, or I'll get up like real early tomorrow morning to do that. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, guys. I'm just checking in the morning here to see how everybody is doing and what's been going on the streets. Well, I was trying to red ball through the Miss O's live, and by the way, congratulations to the Miss O. Ow! It's not been a full year since she started her channel, and she's up to 2K subscribers. Ow! So congratulations are in order. Congratulations to all the new content creators. You know, all those persons who decided to start their channel. Congratulations to you guys. Some of you guys got your 1K, some of you guys have been getting your good support. It's nice seeing like new people coming across and starting their channels, you know, especially people that we've been seeing in these streets for years. So like when you see like some new people popping up, well for me that is, it's not that easy to like, just go ahead and start supporting them just because they just started. And if you look from what I've been hearing, I don't know the full story, but this one particular person, her name is This Heat or The Heat or something. They call her Little Flicker. They call her Spark Plug. They call her This Week. They call her a lot of names. Hey, Connie girl. They call her quite a lot of names. I don't even know them all. But she just came on the scene recently, and I can tell that something's up with her. Um, I'm not the type of person who just gets up judging people like that, but I do observe people. And she just came on the scene a few weeks ago, and like people just want to be her friend so badly because she came in, and obviously because there's a little controversy surrounding her name and stuff, so people want to attach themselves to her. So if anything comes, they'll be with her or whatever. They can talk about her. That's the feeling I get. But when she just started, the way she spoke of the people in the sector, it kind of made me like, I don't know about this one. Because you didn't come like on a good note. You just came on here, you started talking down about people. You're talking down about the people in the sector. However, you're looking for these same people in the sector to subscribe to you and enjoy your content. And then you came on here, start dragging people from what I heard, because I'm not necessarily listening in. And then I also heard that she's like here saying she's giving people resources, she's coming to help people. So apparently she's coming here also to be the black sector's no, not the black sector, the black, what they call it now. She came to save people. I'm just saying. I made a point last night and I'll say that right, Connie, she is. She's weird, to be honest. A little bit weird, just a little bit. I don't have a problem with her, but and I don't have a problem with people liking her because you're all supposed to like who you like. We all know that. You know, like who you like. You're your own person. But then once you see someone coming out of thin air, you know something's up. And once they're talking down about the same people who they're seeking their numbers from, that is also a problem. Hey, Scorpio Queen, you see what I'm saying? You just started on here. It's okay. People are gonna like your personality. Some won't because they see you from the jump. They see what you're up to, so they're like, "Mm-mm. Let's watch this one first before we commit to, like supporting her." And you're gonna tell me that you came here and you got your 1K in no time, and then out of nowhere, you claim to be drunk and you deleted your page. You came on here dragging, I think, Jay Dunn and somebody else, Fates and everybody else. Out of nowhere, that was your first content. That's the first thing you decided to do. You didn't come with none of your savior material and stuff. Hey, Miss Gerald. Hey, everybody coming in. You didn't come with that part, but you came and you started to talk, about some people on here. And then out of nowhere, you took your channel down. You actually deleted a whole channel, right? And then you're gonna say, "Oh, I was drunk. I was this. I was that." So, how much better are you than the people over here that you claim are, beneath you? What kind of what? How do you make your decisions? You know, you got drunk and removed it. I don't think everybody's buying that drunk reason. That reason about, "Hey, Miss Red. Hey, Miss Gerald. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Scorpio Queen." I think I said hi already, but hey again, guys. I don't think everybody bought that drunk story about you being drunk while you deleted your first page. It's got to be something. There was some threat, there was something. I think the page was probably reported and she got, like, a strike. She got something. She got something. There is something behind it. I don't know what it is, but you're not going to come working for a whole Connie, you're not just gonna, "Ooh, I'm drunk. I just decided to delete my channel." And then the thing is, the people who she speaks poorly about are the ones subscribing and supporting. They're like, is it that you like abuse? Is it that you like torture? I'm not gonna knowingly go to somebody's page if I know they don't like me or they're talking shit about me and stuff. So you go over there to watch. And then again, I'm not saying you can't like people. You see what I'm saying? So that was the first time she deleted her channel. Now I'm hearing that she deleted her channel again. What is it this time? Did somebody threaten to dox her? And then I'm also hearing that she's from Bangladesh or that she's half black and stuff. And some people are saying, "Okay, now we know why you speak so poorly of black people because the people in the sector are predominantly black." So is that the reason why you talk, you know, about people in that manner? Like everybody is either uneducated, they're dumb, it's whatever over here. Is that what you're saying? You got to remember that not everybody drops down. We were talking about this last night. Not everybody drops down in the chats. You got a lot of like real high profile. Well, I don't want to say high profile. All types of people watch. All types of people who you may not know. So, not necessarily because you interact with a certain type of crowd on here means that's the only type of people. And it also doesn't mean you're better than anyone on here. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it for myself from my own experience over here. I've had a whole psychiatrist drop down in my chat, and I actually did go and check him out after to make sure and whatever. But I'm just saying, there are a lot of people that don't drop down in here. Who else dropped down in here? Um, who can I recall? I can't recall them all. And then last night, hey to Katya, I hope I remember her name. She's a lawyer also. So I'm just saying, the people do it for, people watch this place for entertainment purposes. Just for entertainment. That's what people do. You know? That's why they do it for. They come on here to, and I'm not even gonna knock other people's jobs because you got some people who do different types of work doesn't necessarily mean you need to be a college graduate or anything. And they're making like really good money. And then you got people who start their own businesses. They're entrepreneurs out here making stuff happen. You know, why do you think you're better than anyone over here? I don't think that kind of way. You got people who are doing way better than you, and you're over here talking like I don't get it. Now I'm hearing she deleted her channel a second time. Now, you tell me, is this person stable or am I just, thinking stuff wrong? I don't know. Miss Gerald says, I always felt she's a fraud. Is there a reason why you felt she's a fraud, Miss Gerald? Let me look through these comments real quick. Purple Pete says there's a hidden agenda. When she first came, I laughed because she dragged someone I didn't care for, but I also saw her as a catalyst. Right? Do you notice that this is when all the chaos started and the whole thing? I hope I'm not wrong. Let me think before I say it. Isn't this when all the whole thing with the mod stick started happening, separate and apart from the other lady over there from the Junkie Crew when she got her stick over by Pizarro? But wasn't this the moment that we realized that something was wrong? You know, isn't this when all this chaos started as because of this heat and how she came on the panel and how she was disrespecting people and stuff? We all know what it gives on the spaceship. I understand that. But you just come out of nowhere and you're, talking about people some kind of way. And I don't know. Not that the people can't stand up for themselves, but you could tell there was something a little bit off there. And she's also enjoying the extra attention she was getting because, okay, it was a new muse, something else came about, there was somebody else to talk about. So why not talk about this heat? I think she was really loving it. She was loving the attention. She continuously boasted about her numbers and she's doing better numbers than somebody, this person or that person, and how much money people should be charging people to come on their panels or to do that. I'm like, are we reading the YouTube guidelines here? Are we reading these things? How much money you should be charging people this and that. I'm like, okay, we see you trying to shake things up. I've seen people over other sectors do that whole thing. You got to give money to get a range, you got to give money to come on the panels, you got to donate or else or this or that. And how successful has those channels been? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think certain types of behavior and stuff that are practiced in other sectors should be taken over here. And when she said that, I kind of figured out where she was predominantly. I think she's coming from the black sector. I think so. Cuz she says she's been here 3 years. What much does she know about over here? She's from over there. Purple Pete says the latest thing was her being biracial, which I didn't understand why we actually right. Good, good, good one, Purple Peach. Do we need to know where she's from or you know? And then again, I'm hearing, and please let me know if I'm wrong. Is it photograph? Is it a photograph that she sent out? How do we know it's her or she's not just doing things to shake stuff up? You know? How do we know that it's her, whatever she showed or whatever she says? Because people can open their mouths and say whatever they want. I can come on here tomorrow and tell you I'm half Chinese and half black. And are you just gonna take my word for it? So it could be the same thing with her. She could open her mouth and says she's half Indian and half black. You know? There's just something going on. Right, Connie, there is something going on. And then the other day she had I don't know if the numbers are right. She had like 200 and something people in her chat. Then it moved up and all of a sudden you saw 1,000 in her chat. Like they say she's also buying subscribers in those Facebook groups over there. You know they do those things. You pay and you get different packages and people come and build up your numbers and stuff. They do that. It's a whole business out there for you guys who don't know. Hey, behind the bar. Good morning. Hey, Catherine Paul. Good morning. Hey, Britt girl. Good morning. Yep. Yep, there is Connie in all works. Yeah, she did a lot when she just came in here. A lot. Hey, James. Hey everybody coming in. I just wanted to know what you guys thought. So she came here one time. Hey, Room Shaker. Room Shaker, do you know this heat? Do you know her? Have you heard about her? There's just something about her. You got other people who come over by the spaceship and stuff, and people end up liking them for who they are because of their personality and just what they bring and stuff. But how is it out of nowhere this one comes in and she's shaking up everything? It is like what I don't know. That's just all. I don't know. I don't know. Grinder abducted me. And for anybody who wants to click the link to tell me what you know about this heat or this week or whatever they call her, you can click the link. Um Grinder abducted me says, hold on, I think that's somebody in the back. Hold on. Is that you, Catherine?
Course, Carrie, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Hey, Catherine.
How are you?
Welcome. Grinder abducted me says, I believe the hooker is mixed. Maybe not with what she says. Okay. I only hear
Well,
about her like on panels and stuff. Okay,
I
go ahead,
mean,
Catherine. Good morning.
the other day, Pastor, you know who Pastor is, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, you know who Pastor is. So the other day, she was on Pastor's panel, and I was listening to what she was saying. And I was like, okay, hmm right. Hmm.
What was she over there saying? Because I haven't been catching a lot of pasta of late.
Well, I
Oh, hey, Rebel Son.
listening
What
to
was she
everybody else.
saying over there?
They was talking about that. He was doing that whole right before Thanksgiving or somewhere around that time. He was doing his little rundown, his little scoop of the beef sector. So he was talking about it was something about peace, love that he had some type of tape that he was gonna play or something. But he was doing some type of interview with her, and she was
Hmm.
up there, and I don't think I dropped down and passed the chat, but I've seen her on different people's pianos. But when I was listening to her, I was like, mm-hmm. That's why I didn't drop down in the chat. Uh-huh. Because the one thing I've learned about people is if somebody keeps deactivating their account, I don't know about other people. That tends to be somebody who I just would like, okay, I'm not going to have an opinion one way or the other because why would you? Some people come to YouTube to make money, and then some people don't come to YouTube to make money. Some people just like to use it for a form of entertainment. But I mean, some people are right out clear that they come to YouTube because it's a business.
Hold on one second, Connie. Not Connie. I was reading Connie's comment. Catherine, I don't know, your sound is a little bit low. I don't know. Let me ask the chat if they can hear you because
Can you
Connie
hear me
was saying
now?
she's strained. Let me see if it's any different. Go again.
Talking low. Can you hear me now, Carrie?
I can still hear you, but at some points it's not very clear. But keep going though. We'll if it gets worse, I'm pretty sure the chat will let me know. Go ahead.
My speaker, and I couldn't just disconnect. I forgot to disconnect my speaker real quick. But what I said was that a lot of times when people come to YouTube, they all come for it's like church. They all come for a different reason. Some people actually come because they want to make money. Like smoking and grilling with AD. They come because they have a brand and they really want to make money. That some people don't come to YouTube because they want to make no money. They come for a form of entertainment. So if they only come to be entertained, then they're not going to stay long, and you'll be able to decipher who is who eventually, right? Well, I have. Let me see. I have. You know what I mean?
So you're saying you picked up that she doesn't you don't think she's here for money? I think she's here for money because she's been talking about money before. You
No,
know,
I'm not saying it. I'm saying
you
like for
said some
some,
people come on here for entertainment. You got some people who come on here to make money.
right?
Yeah.
Some people's channels are not monetized, and their channels are not monetized because they're not here to make money. See,
Oh, ooh,
right?
I
Some
beg to
people's
differ.
No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. Some people who don't go through the process, because it's a process to be monetized with YouTube. So the people who don't go through that process to be monetized, they're not here to make money.
I beg to differ. I'm gonna cut in real quick because some of them are of the impression they don't want to give YouTube the money that they make because YouTube takes a percentage. I think 30, if I'm not wrong, and they would much prefer getting those cash apps. And at least YouTube won't get a dollar out of it. So they can monetize, but they don't. They've got the watch time hours, they got the numbers, but they much prefer to get their cash apps instead of waiting on AdSense check. And some of them will claim they make more money doing it that way as opposed to getting an AdSense check. So if you notice, there are some who
Hmm.
do not so you're gonna find those who don't monetize because they're not necessarily interested in that, and then some don't monetize because they much prefer getting the cash apps instead.
You was
So
making money off cash apps until the IRS said last year that anything over $600 in your cash app that they was going to be taxing. So they're going to come at you for your money any type of way. Anytime the government is looking at your cash apps, come on now, Terry. Next, they're going to be looking at your super chats. What people send you in the live chat. YouTube gets a percentage of the super chat that's sent to you. So if somebody sends you $500 in a super chat, YouTube gets a percentage of that. The government next is going to be asking you for a percentage of what you get in the live chat. They do it. They did it with the Cash App. You don't get Cash Apps every day, Carrie. I mean, I'm just I'm on different people's chats and lives. No, certain people don't get cash apps every day or super chats every day. So for them to go in your cash app and say, "Oh, they was on a live and somebody sent them $1,000," that don't happen every day. Like so it's an overall way of looking at it. People say, "Well, I don't want to get monetized because uh YouTube gonna take some out of it." Okay, but you got a cash app that now the government is seeing anything over $600 they want to know about. So now you can't even stack your money in cash app. That's a better way of looking at it, right?
mhm.
We can't really
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that if this is for different people who come with different purposes. Some
Yeah,
people
people
want to make
come on here for different reasons for real. And this comment here on the screen, Connie, you can tell why she came here. She's just
people.
looking at the money, money, money. Okay, not that people shouldn't be thinking of getting money on here, but the fact that you come on here, you've been sitting on people's panels, promoting yourself when you just came to the sector. You're always clicking a link. Have you been paying to go on all those panels? Why do you think people need to pay to speak on a free app? I'm not paying nobody to go on their panels. I'm not paying nobody to type in their chats. Okay. I'm not doing it. Ooh, here goes another name for her. So this heat is called this candlelight, this spark plug, this week. I don't remember what Face Yaya said she called her, but she's been getting a lot of names on here. Hey Aisha, hey Team AJ, TMZ, hey
I mean,
Chantel, hey everybody who came in.
Carrie, you do have people like Smoking and Grilling with AB who has used YouTube to build his cooking brand. Smoking and Grilling with AB has over 1 million followers. He cooks live on his show and has used YouTube to build his brand, to sell his product. So see, the money that he's making, it's different ways of looking at it. Some of the people I look at, Smoking and Grilling with AB, and then the family, with the mom and the dad and the kids, they're using YouTube to build their brand so that people can know the products that they have. Because that's what the internet. That's how they, instead of getting like on Facebook and the other ones, they're just taking straight to YouTube saying, "Listen, I sell t-shirts. I sell this," right to the public, where they're bypassing what they would pay for advertisements. I'm watching Smoking and Grilling with AB, how he just came on camera and just popped like dynamite. Because if that's what you really want to do, that's what you're going to do. So see,
Yeah,
he has
some
over
people do that. Some people do some people use
a
the
million.
internet for their businesses for real. So we can't just limit what we're thinking of for just here in the beef sector as people do. Some people actually
They're
do use it to promote. Yeah.
of course, There are a lot of different people that cook on YouTube. There's Paula Dean, but Smoking and Grilling with AD, he is a black man, and he has his own brand. He sells his own products and stuff. But he built it. I watched him build it by just coming and cooking live and showing recipes, just like Paula Dean. But the only difference is he does it in his kitchen at his home with his products. So see, the way he's utilizing it is instead of him actually probably opening up a restaurant, he's bypassing the overhead because the overhead of having a restaurant is staggering. So he's bypassing that by just doing it through YouTube and selling his own brand and product. Because believe it or not, when you have a restaurant, you have people to pay. And as soon as something go wrong in your restaurant tanks. So the fact that he's in his home and he's letting people see that, listen, I cook and I can make this, that, and the other. That is, listen, there's a lot of money to be made in YouTube. But like in this sector, if you have everybody doing the same thing, yeah, well, okay. There are other sectors where I'm telling you people are popping. The beef sector is okay, but I'm just telling you, if you don't believe me, Carrie, go look him up. He's Smoking and Grilling with AB, and then there are, I forget the name of the family, but it's the mom, the dad, and the three kids. And they have over 3 million followers, I think. So other sectors are putting their life out there, and they're making money, and they're doing things where they're just showing you what they do on an everyday basis, and people are interested, and that's it. That's all.
So, what do you think about this Heat's entrance into the quote unquote the quote sector unquote? What do you think about her entrance here, and what do you think about her channel? Because I haven't been able to like take her in like that, so I don't know much about her channel and what she offers. I can only say what I hear people say from different channels that I visit. What do you think about her in general? Let's go. And for those
Okay.
who want to say what they think about this Heat, let me know. The link, I'll drop it one more time. What do you think about her entrance and double exits? Because she's exited twice already. So let's see what people think about her entrance and her exit. Okay, go
I
ahead,
think that
Catherine.
if you see the beef sector, where you have Jay Wilson, Les Watkins, Lady Nika, um, Duchess Kelly Love, James, you got all these people that were veterans, and then somebody brand new come and they start dragging all these people. I'm not thoroughly entertained because you have Rick Reed, the governor. You got Pizarro. These people been around for a while. You got Shelley, Vivian. So when somebody new come and they just start dragging folks by their heel and stuff, you have to always like, well, me. I wonder because did you sit in anybody's chat and like get a feel of what's going on, or did you just come over here and try to, do what you see other people do? Sometimes with what other people do well, you may not be able to do well because you may not know the backdrop of the beach sector. You might not know about T.S. Madison and Cotton. You might not know that whole story that I've heard 1,000. You might not. So for me, when I hear about somebody and they, promote themselves and all whatever, I just say, that's it. That's all. I don't, because like I said, if somebody came to Carrie's panel, I mean, they were talking about Carrie, but they did not know that Carrie used to be a moderator and is still a moderator. Am I right?
Where?
Carrie, you're not a moderator for Rick. That's not you.
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, I spoke to you last night, but
Yeah.
um, came to Carrie and they didn't know that Carrie used to moderate for somebody else and still moderates for Rick, and they started dragging her for having her own show. How come you lost in the loop and you don't know that? See,
Yeah.
now you so
Oh, okay. I see where you're saying you're referring to her just coming in and, disrespecting those who've been here, like especially those who have been here for a long time. You mentioned
see how
like Nika and James and so on. So her
right, but
her
see,
her entrance was pretty much disrespectful. Keep going.
yeah, but I mean it's like okay, when people sit in people chats, right, and then they all of a sudden become a content creator, they feel within themselves that they have the it factor. Okay, Kimmy is an example. Kimmy popped almost 1,000 people within a short amount of time, right? because she probably had it all along and just didn't do it. Well, that's a typical example. Somebody then couldn't come along and say she don't have the it factor. That's your, see, that's what I'm talking about. They be acting like this is a right. See, that's typical right there. Like it's where you're coming from. You're speaking to people that have that, like pastor and other people that have been around for a while. And when you come over and you start dragging, I don't know how they look at it. It's just like, okay. For me, it's just okay. I don't know how the other people might say it's whatever. Because how many numbers are on your platform? Do you get 1,000 people in your chat? Have you been in chats where there's 2,500 people like Conscious TV? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Have you been in other people's chats where there are 2,500 people? Right. So see, sometimes you listen to people and you just kind of sit back and wonder. Okay, like I'm just trying to like figure out. You came 2 times and depleted your thing. Why? Right?
I get what you're saying. I get TMZ. TMZ girl, not girl. TMZ is a guy for those who don't know. TMZ's male. TMZ's gonna go get some news and be back. Okay. TMZ's gonna go get some look, and I think this is something that has to do with what happened over by Jay Wilson's last night. I actually, oh, okay, Aisha, I'm
Wait a
gonna
minute.
check it too. What
You
happened
didn't.
over Jay Wilson's last night? I was not necessarily interested. Um,
So you don't watch Jay Wilson, Carrie?
I do watch him sometimes, but
Oh,
when I went over there and I heard a recording being played, I wasn't necessarily interested in the topic,
so
so I didn't, like stick around to hear what was going on.
before he played that recording, at his earlier show earlier that day, he had said that he had permission to play that tape, and that was the reason why he was going to drop that tape. He didn't just play it. On his earlier show, he said, "When I come back tonight, y'all, I got permission to play this tape, and I'm gonna play it for y'all." And that's what he did. He didn't just play it. He had
But
permission.
what was the recording in a nutshell? What was so he said he got permission to play it, but in a
What was
nutshell, what was the recording about?
I thought we was. There was something about that peace love situation.
So was it a recording of the wife?
It was, listen. That man's yeah. I was kind of like, okay. Yeah, they was playing it, and I was kind of like running back and forth with it because um, how long has this been? A month, 2 months? So I'm gonna leave it here, right? So it's listen. It's not a reflection on past. It's just that I mean, listen. I get bored real quick. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you. I get bored real quick, and I really thought that I thought that was kind of like over. So when he said that he was gonna be playing it, I listened to like maybe 1 minute, and I left, and I came back, and he was still playing it, and I might have caught the end, and then I just ended it because I might have fell. I think I fell asleep. Tell the truth. The end of it, yeah, I fell asleep on the end of it because it ran like 2 hours and something. Yeah, I fell asleep because he was playing a recording. He played the whole recording, and then he didn't talk until like the end. And I was like, you know, yeah, they was talking about that peace love situation with the man with the wife and the wife supposed to be in the military and all that. I fell right asleep like a baby. So don't she have
Con-
she.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you haven't. You're not aware of that situation. I'm sorry. You okay? Okay.
I know about the whole peace love thing, but I have my reservations about that. About I don't think he's a good person for her, but she's her own person. She knows what she wants or who she wants. A lot of people didn't expect for her to be with him. They would have expected a different type of person for him. But you know what? That's their thing. That's their relationship. She knows what she wants. But Connie says she's lost. Connie, the whole situation with Peace Love and the person she's dating. He's in another sector, so-called sector over there, and she got with him. He has a YouTube channel. I think he's in either the Manosphere or the Black sector. I don't know which of the two. I really don't. So, um, but he is separated from his wife, and she said she started dating him when they after they were separated. But there was a lot of drama that came with it. He even went over there by what's her name, Robbie's channel, to talk about the situation with his wife, to play stuff and all of that shit. Hey, the hood table. Hey, everybody. So
Um,
apparently, I'm sorry.
Harry, isn't this his fourth wife?
Come again?
Isn't this his fourth wife?
I didn't hear
Wife,
your sound
wife,
isn't so clear.
isn't this wife number four?
I think so. It's he. This is wife number four. So he's been very busy. Let's put it that way. It was a whole mess. I don't even remember half of the mess, but it was so messy. He has he came on here discussing his thing, his situation with his wife. So apparently I don't know if it was, let correct me if I'm wrong, guys. He went Peace Love must have gone by his home, and she came over by there, and she was upset that the child was being dropped off there while Peace Love was there without her knowing, or something to that effect. I don't know the full thing. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. It was just a whole thing. I don't know. I don't remember the whole thing because I was not feeling it. I'm like, I don't see this type of person as somebody that Peace Love would choose for to the fact that they'll be on here talking about their relationship like that, and being a little bit of a mess and stuff. I didn't see that for her, but we can't help who we choose, I guess.
I'm
Good
going to say,
morning, Indigo.
I'm going to ask you a question as a female, right? Because you may be a little bit younger, may not be, but I'm going to say this. I have somebody in my life that I know that has been married four times, okay? A male I'm talking about. Now, I've never been married not once. Now, this person tends to laugh at that. Now, and I got somebody else that's been married like three times. Listen, both of them tend to laugh at the fact that I've never been married. Yeah, but y'all don't hold marriage sacred. So why y'all ha 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 about the fact that I ain't never been married? Y'all don't really think nothing of y'all marriages either. So that's how I feel about that. They're both men. They're both men. One has been married four times and the other one's been married three. But you're laughing saying, Catherine, you're never been married. So what? You don't hold marriage sacred. How about that? Now, see, as a female, when I meet somebody and they tell me that they've been married four or five times, and then they say, well, you could be wife number five. Excuse me? Huh? What you say? Because you ain't get it right the other four times. So why would I want to be wife number five? Now,
I don't know.
I'm
Oh,
almost 50.
continue. Go ahead.
But when you meet somebody that's been married four times, like this individual in my life, no, because see, that's me at almost 50. I'm not desperate. I could be alone forever. I go to restaurants and movies by myself. People be talking about, I can't go to the, well, you was born by yourself, wasn't you? Oh, I was. So that's just me. Because I don't know what character flaw this person has that they keep getting divorced and married. And I don't have to try to find out because I wouldn't allow somebody to bring that type of behaviors to me. See, that's just me. If I'm happy being single because I haven't met the person that treats me the way that I want to be treated, I ain't gonna take somebody that's been married four or five times and say you could be wife number six. I'm good, right?
Yeah, but what was the question? You were asking me if I would get married to someone after they've been
Somebody,
married 4 or 5 times.
so I said I have two men in my life. One of them been married three times. The other one been married four. They laugh at the fact that
Ooh,
I've been married. Now, Carrie, would you, if you met a guy and he's been married five times and he said you gonna be wife number six, and you don't know what's the reason why his other marriages didn't work out, would you be wife number six?
I wouldn't want it. That would be a red flag for me and a black flag. I'll be afraid. I'd have to do my own work. I'd have to do some background work that he wouldn't know about. before I'd ask him questions, yes, but then I would have to do some real digging and stuff, and I have to assess the person for myself. Matter of fact, if I'm talking to someone, dating someone, and they mention that they've been married 5 or 6 times, I don't know how far we're gonna go after that. To be on, to be on, I don't, sis, sis. Yeah, I don't know if I could. That number is kind of scary because I would then want to wonder, is it him? What was happening? I'd have to hear him out first and do my own, digging and stuff before I ever become wife number six. Because that may say to me that they're a little bit unstable, or they don't want to like settle down. But I don't know. It'll be a red flag for me. It'll be a kind of red flag for me. Chantel says, I don't got time to be looking down my nose at any relationship when I'm focused on doing my part to keep mines. Right? Right. Get well soon, Indigo. Newbie. Newbie, come up, newbie. And
I'm gonna go to
sis.
movie coming up, okay?
Come again?
I'm going to go down, and movie's probably coming up, okay?
I don't know if she's coming up, but okay. Thank you so much, Catherine. But I don't
All
know.
right,
I'll be afraid. I'll be afraid. That's my answer. It'll make
enjoy.
my ears perk up.
Okay. Have a good Saturday. I'll be down in the chat.
Okay, Catherine. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. Yes, Black Flag. I'm here for the show. It'll be a red and black flag. Shit. I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid. I'll be having an invest. Ooh, I'm not telling you what I'll do. Okay. I normally find stuff out anyway, so it just is what it is. You know, it just is what it is. I'll be afraid. Mm-mm. Let me see what Pete says. That made me fall out the bushes. I'm the same. Never married, never found the right one, refuse to settle. My sisters get on me when I come home for the ooh, ooh, and they're all divorced. Okay, there you go, Pete. There you go. There you go. Not everybody, sometimes people want to be, do what they think is right and get married because I don't know if it has anything to do with their upbringing. Their family may expect a certain type of thing, certain, you know, you're gonna get married because it's just a part of the family tradition and stuff. And some people just really want to be with someone so badly. They'll overlook stuff and get married. Some people run into marriages in those type of relationships because they just want they see stuff that they want. Let's put it that way. For monetary gains. Some people do that. Some people don't get married for the right reasons. And then that, or maybe they were too hasty in their decision. I don't know. I don't know. Purple Pete says the third time's the charm. They should be sure by the second marriage. I would want to think so. I could see one or two, but I don't know. Everybody is different. Things may be for different reasons. I don't know. Was the problem him? Was the problem always the other females and never him? That would be my question. 5 times, 5 different females. I would want to say to was it always the other females that were the problems? How do you feel going down the aisle 5 times? You know, how do you feel about that? Chantel says an old lady under the tree told me to trust but verify before you buy. Okay, verify before you buy, girl. Okay. Purple Pete says it's definitely him. Man down. Let me see what Indigo says. Indigo says, I used to think that some people just are impulsive, yes. Some people just believe in love. Some people love really hard. And even when they love, they don't even, because they're so caught up, they don't even see when the red and black flags are out there looking them in the face. Whatever the situation is, be divorced before you move on and heal. The key word is heal before you move on. Sometimes it depends. How long does it take for a divorce to go through? That's the thing though. Do you like wait until the divorce goes through before you start dating? Because at the end of the day, you've all moved on. Let me make sure this is newbie. Is that you, newbie?
It's me.
Okay. Girl, we're
Hello.
on marriages now.
I see.
What's
I
going on,
see.
newbie?
Not much. Listening, and yeah, I've been married. I'm inside my fourth marriage right now. We talked about this before, Carrie. I guess
But
maybe you forgot, but yeah,
wasn't one of isn't the last two your husband that you have right now?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
you remarried your husband. So I don't count it like that. But anyways, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me hear what
no,
you have to
that
say.
I married the same person twice. No, it's just that Mister, my husband now, we had been friends for so many years. Like he was there through hell two of my divorces. I was there through one of his. So we were friends for so long. But first marriage, pretty much the boy next door. We were young. We didn't know what we were doing. We grew apart. We decided that we're not going to just do this to keep up appearances. Second marriage, I think we were just fundamentally different people. And we realized that. And that marriage was honestly almost an arranged marriage. And we attended the same church and they kind of thrust us together type thing. But he and I are still good friends to this day. I'm friends with his new wife. He and Mister know each other. We've all hung out together,
If
because
you don't if you don't mind me asking, how long did that marriage last?
mm, let me think. I just woke up. Let my brain boot. How long was I married to him? 5 years. 5 years. And that's
Ooh,
the thing.
oh, that was a good little time because I was gonna say, oh, maybe that was like a year or two. That was a good while. I've seen that happen to someone at a church that I attended years ago. They were in the church and everybody was pushing them, and they were not ready. They were just in their little phase, and they got married. It's like to please the church that they were in and the people, their family
Hmm.
or members of the church. So they just wanted to please them, and I think they rushed to do it all in an effort to make everybody feel good about them dating and stuff, and the fact that they got married while in the church and stuff. And that marriage didn't last more than, let's say, 4 years, because at one point the lady got sick and he didn't even want to look at her while she was sick.
Oh
You
wow.
see, it was a whole thing. It was
Yeah. And
crazy.
I will say it. I got married for all the wrong reasons each time I done it. And after the last divorce, I said I'm not doing this again because there were children and the whole thing. So I said, when my son is 18, maybe I'll start dating again. But Mister was always right there. And then the feelings just, I don't know. We have the most tripped out union because neither one of us, I think we both fought against it, even after we caught feelings, because like, this is my friend. This has been my backbone for so many years. What if we get into a relationship and it don't work out? Then I lose the friendship. So I think we fought against it until we just couldn't anymore. But the whole time, each of our people on each side was telling us, y'all's relationships with other people are never going to work out because you two are in love. Everybody knew it before we
Oh.
knew. Yeah,
Mm.
everybody knew it before we
Hmm.
accepted it. And because we like, no, that's just my buddy. That's my homeboy. It's not like, ew. And then boom, here we are.
That's good. And you guys, and the important part of it is that you guys were friends, like
Hmm.
actual really friends. Some people get in relationships, they show the other party what they want them to see, you know.
Hmm.
So they're dating, they show them a different side because they want to make sure that the person likes them, like what they do. They're trying to make the relationship work. And then when you do get married or do start living together, things start changing because the person starts seeing you for the real person you are, and that messes up the relationship right there. You know,
Right.
that's one of the things that contribute to the divorce because you were never yourself. You were never your true self with the person. You know, then seeing there's a saying in Jamaica, seeing
Mhm.
you is one thing, living with you is another thing.
Yes,
That's the
it
best
is.
way I can translate it. See, see you see oh see me a one thing, live with me a one other thing. Something like that. So they'll
Mm.
just see you for who you are, but when you live with the person it's a whole different thing because you are not being your true self. And that is then
Right.
gonna cause problems in a relationship. Yeah.
And this is weird. I want to tell you something weird about me and him, Mister that I'm married to now. We still get up. If he wakes up first, he goes and brushes his teeth and washes his face. He'll get back in bed, but he still does that. And this, oh my God, don't judge me, but this, I'm gonna tell some of his business. Carrie, he gets up and leaves the room to break wind to this day.
Oh, oh no, that is no. Really?
He
After
does
all these years, Newbie,
after all these
is
years.
he doing it out of respect because he doesn't want to drop a bomb in the room, or is he doing it because he feels kind of uncomfortable doing it? Which one?
It's both, I think. So what I done, and I'll take back to this day, he's getting better with it. Because what I done when me and my siblings were little, we had this game called the poop touch game. So if I poop and touch you, you have the cooties. If you don't cross your fingers, so I
Hold
introduced the
on. I'm sorry. I was laughing when you said it. Could you please repeat? What's the name of the game you guys
the,
played before when you were
the
young?
poop touch game. So if I poop, if you don't cross your fingers and I touch you, you have the cooties and you have to try to give it to somebody else. Round and round, right? So I kind of introduced the poop touch game to Mister, and that's how I got him to finally break wind in me. I know that sounds crazy.
Well, it's your household. You do whatever you want. Everybody does their own thing. That's oop, the poop touch game.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
So,
Mm.
but I'm saying that to say we still have that element where we behave like you would if you were dating. Like he does not see me. I mean, it has happened. Hell, we live together. I've been sick and I've had my days or whatever. But basically, we we don't let each other see each other all just evil. I still keep it together. He don't see me with my hair all over my head. He hates bonnets. So I don't go to bed with bonnets on my head. Now he loves a scarf, or I wrap it or something like that. But bonnets in particular, he cannot stand it. So I don't wear my bonnets around him. Things like that. I just
What's the reason, if I may ask? Because I know some people don't like seeing people outside of the house with it. Some people don't like to see their women always in it. Not showing their beautiful hair. Some people think it's something to be indoors only, not outdoors. But what is it about the bonnet in particular that he doesn't like?
I think it was seeing so many women wear them outside that just kind of turned his stomach, and now he just like ill because he gets on the girls if he sees them in a bonnet. If one of our daughters come over here with a bonnet on their head, he will go completely off. I think it was just, and I'm the same way about wearing them outside. I don't, Monique got in trouble for trying to tell us not to do that. I was kind of on Monique's side. That's for at home. So yeah, it's that whole thing. Just seeing women in the grocery
Ooh.
store, wherever, with the
But then
bonnet. And
he should know
I
that
know,
you wouldn't do it. So why? But I get the compromise thing. He doesn't like it, so you don't sleep in it. But he should know that you don't go out in them, and that you do it to protect your hair. So
right.
so you just compromise and do the scarves instead.
I do. I was never really a big bonnet girl anyway, so that wasn't a big sacrifice for me.
Okay.
I was
Hudson
never really.
J. I'm sorry. Hudson J. Thank you for reminding me. That's the English equivalent of the Jamaican saying I was trying to say. See me and come live with me. It's two different things. Yes. See me and come live with me are two different things. Good. So you see me in one way, but then when you guys actually get to come settle, it's a whole different thing. And it may cause other issues. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right. But these are just things that we like. He wants to cut his hair, but I don't want him to cut it. So, yeah.
Leave him alone. Didn't we talk about this? Let him cut his hair. He's the one driving in the truck, and that thing may be very uncomfortable. You know, behind, with the seat, on the seat and stuff behind him. Come on, you can always grow it
Right.
together again. It could be a project. Start, you can always do it again. Make it be a thing where you can, grow the lock again.
Well,
If you,
when we talked about it, I said I was going to compromise. I took 7 inches off of it for him. So it's shorter. He can't sit on it anymore like he was. So it's
there
shorter.
we go. I can imagine the discomfort because sometimes if I put like braids and stuff in my hair and I'm driving and that damn thing is in it's so uncomfortable. I don't even last like 2 or 3 weeks in braids. I can't do it. I take them
Really?
out. They're uncomfortable, if especially if it's too long. Mm-mm. So I can imagine him having to deal with it. I know your
Right. But
hair is your strength. Your hair is your strength. All that care you took to, let it be how it is right now and stuff. But if it's gonna affect your movement and it restricts you or makes you uncomfortable while you work and stuff, I can see, if you would compromise and, put it a little shorter. His hair is really long though.
right.
I've
So
seen it. He showed it one day. Yeah.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah,
I
I
forgot
saw it.
about that. I
And I
forgot
think
about
you're attached to it
that.
because you took so much care of of the hair. So I get it. I can see both sides of it. I see what you're thinking, how you feel, and I also see his point of view.
Right. And I
Mhm.
keep it braided and in updos for him. So he only ever wears it down for me. Other than that, it's always braided or pent up some kind of way.
Yeah. I want to highlight this up here that Indigo says, and I think this is a really very good advice. Be friends with your partner first. You should be comfortable to do anything around them, say anything around them, share stuff with them. They should understand your feelings about different things. You shouldn't have to hide stuff, you know, or feel like, they don't need to know this or that, it depends because certain things in my family you're not going to know shit because that's my family. But be a friend. It should be
Hmm.
like you having a best friend who you can tell anything. What would be the purpose of you having someone, in your life and you can't say how you feel or express your emotions? So I agree with Indigo here. She says, be friends first. There are no expectations, no commitment, no filter. You can see them for themselves. And you can
Right.
also establish trust in that time period while you're being friends. Okay, that's really true right there.
I joke sometimes and I say, had I known that we would take this direction, I would have held back. I wouldn't have told him so much during the friendship. But I think that, God is the best planner. And it's just better this way. And I think I told you when we talked about it before, we have actual moments where I will tell him, I don't want to talk to my husband right now. I need my friend. And he can say the
Yeah.
same thing to me. And I know what that means. And we both know where all the bodies are buried. So,
Ooh. That's so sweet. She says she wants to talk to her friend now and not her husband. Isn't that cute, guys? Oh. Chantel says she feels like her husband is her best friend. That is really cool. It's always good to have like a friendship first. That is the best way to start off a relationship if you plan on getting married. Be
right.
friends, like real friends. Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as the exes, I don't have like a whole lot to say. I'm not going to blame them or me. It's just what it was. And we were smart enough to realize that this is not it. So let's not keep doing this. And I have one of them I really don't. We just kind of grew apart and we don't even speak. We don't see each other anymore. So, it's like that. But I have pretty decent relationships as far as being cordial and coming together for the ones who I had the children with. We come together, we function, as parents for the children. But my thing is, even some of the things they've done that were crappy, I'm careful with how I speak about them because at one point they were my choice. So if they don't have one redeeming quality, what does that say about me and my choices? I never got that when people dog out their exes. He ain't crap, she ain't crap. What does
Yep.
that make you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That means you didn't detect all of that before. That means you saw. Why is it that when you guys leave each other, you're gonna say all of those detestable things, about the person? I don't get it either.
Right,
Unless it is that that person did a really good job at hiding who they were, I could
Mm.
understand. But then you should have also taken the time out to learn about that person, to know who that person is. So did you always know that they were like this and you still stayed with them? Did you already see these red and black flags and stayed in it? And now when you're not together, you're gonna have the all these negative things to say about the person. That's the person you were just loving on, you know?
right. And things I will say with number two down, got numbers, but with husband number two, I just looking back, I knew before I done that it was not going to work. I knew that I thank you, baby, that I shouldn't have. It was more not wanting to disappoint my parents because I had children at the time. And, there's a stigma with being a single mother. And part of it also was, Lord help me, it was not stubborn is not the word I'm looking for, but that whole who's gonna want you with kids? Don't a man want a woman with kids? And it was like, I'll show you. So it was just, I remember when he proposed, the first thought that popped in my mind was, I'm not ready. But I
Mm,
said yes.
wow.
My
Wow.
brother walked me down the aisle for that wedding. And that was my biggest wedding. That was the big quote unquote dream wedding. I would never do that crap again. Like the big wedding and all the money. And it's just, oh God, if you can see the pictures, I'm not even smile. If I was on camera, I would show you what my face looked like on all of the wedding pictures from the second wedding. It was, the smile was so forced, and all of the money, it was just a waste. I don't really believe in big weddings. Like, it's cool if that's what you want, but it's such a waste. And most of the women I know that had the big wedding say the same thing that I'm saying right now. It was so not worth it.
Mhm.
We could have took that money and invested or went on a trip. Like, have a small wedding, throw a big dope party, and go on vacation.
That's like my sister. She's like, I'm not gonna be spending money. I want my family and stuff to be here. We have things to look good and okay, but I'm not gonna be spending and overspending to show out so people can say, "Oh, the wedding was this and the wedding was that." And then when I'm done, I'm looking. So she
Right.
had to she because guess what? You could have all of that money that you spend for one single day to show out so people could say the wedding was beautiful and they could talk about it for a few days. There are going to be days after that wedding. You're going to need money. You're going to need stuff, especially if you just moved in together. You're going to need things for the children. You're going to need stuff. And then when you spend stuff on a dress you won't be wearing again or on food, that's going to be shit out the next day.
Right.
Or
And all of the
decorations that
people
get
there
thrown
to
out,
judge. People go to
flowers.
weddings to judge. You know that, right? A lot of
Right.
people
People
go to
coming
weddings
there
just
to
to
judge
judge.
every single aspect of the wedding and stuff. And then
And
you could
then
be
if
using
you
that
think
money
about
to
it,
go out, go on a trip, go on your honeymoon, do stuff on the house because there's reality after the wedding. So I get what you're saying.
and
So
here's
I'm
the
not saying
thing,
people shouldn't enjoy themselves and, like do stuff that is make it a beautiful wedding. But you also have to think about after the wedding and some of the money you could
right?
have
And
saved.
think about all of the people. Carrie, marriage is one of the most sacred rituals that can be performed on this planet. Do you really want all of those different spirits residing over your nuptials? No.
Ooh, girl. I get it. I get what you're saying.
So yeah, I made some bad choices. I did, and I can admit that, but I didn't stay in it. I didn't stay in it. when I saw that this is like, yeah, hell, I tried. All right, you ready to go? Yeah, let's go. So
Yeah.
here it is. And I never thought I would do it again. But here I am. And the one thing that I can say without those first three, I wouldn't know how to allow Mr. to love me the way he does. And I wouldn't be able to love him the way I love him. So again, I think God is the best planner. That was my journey. That's what I had to go through to get where I am.
Yeah, I get it. Chantel says she didn't have a big wedding, but she had a ginormous reception.
Chantel did it right.
What do you think? I'm switching a little bit. I wanted to hear what you thought, so I'm happy you were able to click the link when I asked you to talk about this whole thing about marriage, because that's one of the things Catherine also brought up. About if you would want to marry someone after you've heard them that they've been married 4 or 5 times. So I'm glad you could click and share your your idea, your points on that and your experience. What do you think? I don't know if you'd like to, you can. If not,
Mhm.
that's okay. What do you think about this Heat character that just came on the scene less than a month or about a month in this area of YouTube?
I just kept telling myself, stay tuned, because I really didn't know what to think of that entire situation. Because, Carrie, I'm going to tell you, the first time I ever noticed that person was on Pizarro's Live that has been dubbed Moderator Gate when she gave everybody wrenches. Were you there that night?
I think I was, or I had watched a replay. I think I'm trying to
Okay.
remember, but there was a whole issue with the mods and the removal of their sticks and stuff. Yeah.
Right, something like that. And then a couple of people that she had modded up, and the other moderators were upset about it. Like, she modded up people to keep them from getting timed out. And then she said, anybody that get timed out getting a moderator stick. So she just started throwing sticks to everybody that night, which we all knew she was going to take them all back by the end of the live. But it was that night that I first saw that name, this Heat, and the things that she was saying about like Lady Nika and a couple of other ones. It wasn't just regular roast and gags. It was terrible. And I thought that was a troll that we might not see again. Or yeah, it was just weird to me how she became close to some of the people that she talked about like that. I didn't get it. And I even wonder, is this the same Heat person? So after that, I kind of actively avoided. You know me, when there is a questionable character around these parts, I just stay
Mm-hmm.
away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
that's pretty much my take on that. So a lot of people like her, so I guess she has something to offer, but not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I kind of peeped her from the gate. You come in, they already have their idea of who to come in and attack when they start. Please take note of the people that they try to attack, or the panels that they try to get onto. You can just tell they know who are the heavy hitters. They know who are the ones who've been here a lot. They know they know what they're doing. And you came in, and you came in a disrespectful way. That just showed me what your intent was. That's just how I looked at it. And then she's the one, like it or not, she's one of the reasons why the mods got up. This whole situation with Pizarro is happening, whether or not we want to believe it. She has
Mm.
something to do with it. It was her entrance. It was her, and her words and her energy that she brought here. We can't act like we don't see that. It caused that chaos and the Modgate situation to happen. Hmm.
Yeah, and a lot of that, I hate to sound like other people, but some of that I missed. I came in on the tail end of that fallout because I have been sick, and I was talking about all of y'all in my head like nobody has checked on me. Nobody has said, where's Newbie? I could be dead. They don't care. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But I came in at the tail end of that, and I just figured she modded the person to troll. She does, you know how Pizarro plays around. So I thought it
Yeah,
was, I didn't think it was that deep. And
just
then,
trolling, right?
right,
But then she never left and she
right,
started feeling a little bit too comfortable. Not to say that people, people will complain that the beef sector is this and the beef sector, as they call it, the beef sector, you know, and they need new people or new blood and whatever. I get the point that you can see like new people come in and whatever. But she felt a little bit too comfortable on her first go. That is what
and
I
I'll
think.
tell you something I thought was kind of weird. The first night that I saw her on a panel was the night she came for ODS, Jay Dunn, and the Mizzo that night. And she was on the panel like the entire time. And she was, that whole thing. I think everybody knows about that. And somewhere in the course of that conversation, they were asking her how long she had been around. I think it was supposed to be 3 years, but they kept saying, well, how come she didn't know who Shish Trish was or that she had a channel? And they like, how have you been around this long and you don't know her?
Mhm. Exactly.
And her answer was something about smaller content creators. But as that conversation was going on, there was a comment by her under one of my community wall posts. Now, my channel is that big. You know me, but you don't know Trish. How did she even find my
Exactly.
channel?
Exactly.
It wasn't one that I know sometimes you'll share my community post and different people. That wasn't one that was shared. How did she find my channel?
Exactly. They already had channels that they decided to swoop in on. It's a regular thing. You can tell. You can see it for the writings are right there. And the fact is, if she knew or has been watching, if she has been watching Pizarro for a while, she would have known what's that Shush Trish, because Shush Trish is always on the panel yelling and acting crazy.
Right.
She visits the panel a lot. So she would have known. So she just came with her agenda. That's all I gotta say.
Mm,
And some people refuse to see it, some people do, and then some people were so quick to run to her and now they're the ones who are upset about her. So I don't like jump on people too quickly. I gotta
right.
watch you a little bit, take you in, see if I can handle you, see if I can see what angle you're coming from, or if you're, before I decide to like be all up in you. But sometimes the minute somebody comes new on here, everybody's springing towards them. Like, oh my God, another God has entered the room. Let's go worship. Oh, hell
Mm.
no. Mm-mm. Nope. I
And
gotta
then
check
some
you
of
out
them jump
first.
on when that person is going in on people that they don't like. Then that's their new best friend. You know how that goes. And what's the
Yeah.
saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And then you got people playing in people's faces, like doing some dumb shit, and people are watching. And it's right there in your face that people are being disrespectful to you. It's right there in your face that people are teaming up for different reasons and stuff. It's just right there in your face. It's right there. The words that come out of their mouth, the things that they do, the people they start working with immediately, people who
Mm-hmm.
they become friends with immediately. Think about it. The
Yep.
answers are right there in your faces. But then again, it's entertainment, so why not? We'll just sit and watch. It's entertainment. But then you can't allow like outsiders from nowhere to come up and, well, I don't want to say nowhere because it's YouTube at the end of the day, but they just can't come in and cause these kinds of frictions. And it's like you're allowing them to win. Let's put it that way. And at the
Right.
end of the day, she could just delete her channel. Like, now is the second time. She could choose not to come back at all or go
Oh,
find
she did
another
it with the
sector.
channel again?
Oh yeah, she's on round 2. And then she'll be back and people will go right back over there. Okay? Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
It just is what it is. Aisha, Indigo, Sis, who else did I see? Chantel and everybody who's been talking. They've been giving like a newbie, been giving some sweet thing advice and stuff and stories in the chat. You should come up and do a panel one day on it. and help those out. Tell them what's are some of the things that has helped you to be in this relationship that you've been in for. I'm seeing 12 years, 15 years, you know. What is it that you've been doing, or what is it that you have seen that works for you? What are some of the things that you guys see that you've been doing, or that's been happening in your relationship, that you can say that this is what has been causing this to work for me? Because I've seen you've been saying, make sure you guys are friends. We know about the whole thing about compromise. Look at Aisha. Look at how she got married. She's like, listen, I'm not going broke. Listen, look at her. Look what she did. And it worked for you, right? So there are some sweet look at this. There are some sweet messages in the chat. I'm hoping that it reaches to the eyes or ears of other persons who may be in the bushes.
Right. And
Yeah.
one thing that I do, I don't know if it worked for anybody else, but the writer inside me, I have this journal, and the title of the journal is called Mr. MF. And that is the journal I pull out when Mr. has pissed me off to the end of pissivity. And I know me, I have a very sharp mouth. And I write in there the things that I cannot say to him right now. I don't need to talk to you right now. So I write in there, and then I'm able to go back and don't ever tell him that I admitted this, but more often than not, the thing I was mad about, it was me overreacting more so than him being, he has his assholic moments, trust me. But a lot of times when I go back and read Mr. MF, the entries in it, I think to myself, like, I'm so glad that I didn't say this to him. So that works for me. That's my way to vent. And I'm good at, I can never say this word, compartmentalizing and knowing when to separate the offense from the offender, because he has bad days just like I do. He has days down to the job that he brings home with him too. And to remember who we are, where we started, and what we mean to each other, it makes it a little easier to deal with when I get snapped at, when I feel like that I didn't deserve that. Like, I'm not the one you mad at, but I have to allow him to be human. Mm-hmm. And of course, he always comes back and cleans it up, and because he deals with it for me. Mm-hmm. And I hate that about myself, but I am truly one of those people. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And that's I don't get proper sleep. Oh, if I can't sleep, nobody in the house is sleeping.
She said, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Okay.
So that's how that works. And I'm like that too, Carrie, in most of my relationships with friends, family, whatever. If we have a disagreement, and I mean, we could get all the way down, nuck if you buck, and poke each other's eyeballs out. If we get the conversation part out, then that don't mean I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't like you. I think you're a horrible person. That means you pissed me off yesterday. We handled it, whether it was nuck or buck, we handled it. And that was yesterday. Let's go to lunch today. So yeah, I just, again, even with your friends, it's the same sentiment. You were my friend for a reason. I chose you and kept you as a friend. So if you pissed me off one time and now you're just the most low down dirty, well, why was I your friend in the first place if you're just despicable? Mm-hmm. So you have to look at that. But then there are some friendships, and I'm a Cancer. I give people 90,000 chances before I walk away. I make excuses for people. That is a character flaw in me. I will make it. Well, maybe they might not have meant it that way, or maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I go through that. So, but I will tell you this: when I'm done, I'm done, and done means you don't even exist to me.
Yeah, okay. Pete says, coming from us brothers, I'd have to say communication is important. We don't read minds. So Pete is giving you some advice from the male's perspective, guys. He's saying that men can't always read your minds, so they prefer communication. Tell them what's going on.
Pete,
Okay.
shut up, because I hear that all the time. I'm not a mind reader. But yes, correct, Pete. Correct. I used to hear that all the time. I'm better about it now. But then, men have this thing called an ego. And sometimes you have to really word your words, because they say, tell me what you like, or tell me this. And then when you tell them, they take it as an insult or a complaint. I'm not complaining. I'm doing what you asked me to do. You asked me to talk. Now, when the floodgates open, when you pop the cork out of this pie hole, you better be ready.
Oh Lord. Hold on. Let me see something right here. Hudson J says his father said when it came to his funerals, I guess this is when we were talking about spending a lot of money on like weddings and funerals. His father told him no $1 million foolishness. Like, don't be spending all that money on a funeral. Just burn up my body and sprinkle the ashes I see and save the money. He's like, burn my body, sprinkle me in the sea, and move on. Save your money and do other stuff, because I'm dead. I'm gone. You're not proving nothing, by being, doing like an elaborate wedding.
Right.
Just keep it simple, because you don't want to. A lot of people do these things and then they're broke after, because they're so worried about other people and what they're gonna say about the funeral and stuff. And I get it. You want to make sure your loved one goes out, in a good way. But sometimes you don't need to overspend. It just is what it
Exactly.
is. Thank you,
That's
Indigo and Chantel and Aisha. Go ahead.
I
I'm
have the
sorry.
same sentiment about funerals as I do weddings, probably even more so. Why would you put all of that money in the ground? The fancy caskets for what? I have told my children to no end. I will hunt the crap out of y'all. I don't even want a funeral. Don't enough people like me. I don't want all those fake people who couldn't stand me and done me wrong my whole life, snotting and spitting all over my dead body. No, I don't believe in that. Like, who came up with the idea to throw death parties anyway? And I get it's for the family to get together and mourn. So this is what I told my children.
Grieving is important,
Right. But this is what I told my children to do. Now, whether or not they do it, I won't have any control over. First of all, the University of Michigan is getting my body. So there's that. Have a small memorial with the siblings and, loved ones that
Hold on. I'm sorry. What did you say? You're giving up your body for experimental. What? Come again. Let me hear. Rewind. The University of Michigan is getting your body?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Because as fantastic as I am, this got to be something scientific. I want them to find it and bless the world after I'm gone. But yeah, my family does not like that. But, I'm a student of science, so I figured that was the best option. And that way my kids won't have to worry about burying, burning, or whatever. So there's that. And I told them I want them to go cash that check, first of all, and make good on it. When they were small, they were instructed to pay the house off. So now everybody's grown with their own thing. So that'll just be money that they split among themselves to do with what they will, and come back to my house, put on some rock and roll, do some tequila shooters, and exchange mommy stories. That's it.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. That is so sweet of you, sis. Ow. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going, newbie. Pete says funerals are for the living. The dead person doesn't even know what's going on.
Right. So, grieve. And I have one child in particular who talks often about, because we've suffered many losses in this family, sadly. And she's always going on about, what would I do if you weren't here? You're going to live. That's what the hell you're going to do. You will miss me. You cry. You feel your feelings, but you don't unpack and live there. You keep going. I've lived my life, and this world owes me nothing. Carrie, I have done most of the things that I want to do. I hit all the big goals, and one of them was the 10 children. That was the original goal. That's all I ever wanted to be, was a wife and a mother. I've done that. So I'm living my dream. My children are
Mm-hmm.
making babies. Come on. I like that's 100-fold.
Yeah.
So I don't want them thinking about why I died or how I died. Think about why and how I lived. That's the best way to honor me. And
Yeah.
that takes me, I'm about to go down another street right quick. The When people pass away, like the Shanquella girl, and I hear people say honor the family and stop taking the focus off of her. I get that to a certain degree, but what exactly would the focus on her be? If we can do things to further the case or get justice for her family, not necessarily for her, because she's going on to glory. She don't know what's going, you know what I mean? So justice for her family or whatever. If we can further that cause, great. But I feel like any opportunity, even if we veer off, we start a conversation with her and we go into the transphobia thing came up. That was a conversation. And that I'm trying to word this right. Here's the Carrie. The best way I can explain it is how I clean my house. Okay, when I go to do the big clean, I go in all of the closets, all of the dresser drawers, all of the cupboards. I pull everything out in the middle of the floor, and I sort through it. I keep what I need. I discard what I no longer need, and then I put everything back in its proper place in order where I can see it and where I know what it is. And that's pretty much how I live my life as a whole. And see, right now, with this horrible thing happen, but it's caused all of these side conversations. That is us pulling everything out in the middle of the floor and sorting through it. And in my mind, that is a win. That's a win. Because the best way, like when my brother passed, and it was publicized on a smaller scale, of course, the best thing that you could do to honor me as a family member that was going through a similar situation is be better. It was nothing you could do for my brother. There was nothing you could do or say to ease the pain that I was going through. So that's like a done deal. I got to go through this process on my own. You really can't help me. It's nice to hear my condolences. Sorry for your loss, but it really, I mean, that really don't make a person feel any better. So how you can honor a person's life is by doing better by the people that are still here. So if you want to honor me, you want to help me, quote unquote, be better to the person standing next to you.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying. I get it.
Catherine says she thought she was the only person that kept the journal. No, they help. And Catherine, I also have my happy journal where I write three random things every day that made me smile within that day. And sometimes is when I first started doing that, one of the first things I wrote in that journal was about me and my children sitting on my mother's bed singing the theme song to the Golden Girls. Now those journals I go back and I read often. It just helps me to stay focused and be thankful for the things that I have. And that's what I do when I get in dark places is I think about, instead of focusing on what I don't have, I go ahead and begin to remind myself of the things that I do have. And when you get to counting the small things, you realize they're not that small. It's we forget to appreciate things because we've always had them. But what if you have to do without them? Because it might seem like it's a given that I woke up and I could talk and I could walk and I could swallow my food, but there's so many people that cannot do something that simple. Those are things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm done. I'm gonna stop preaching. That was my benediction. Y'all can pass the offering back.
They're enjoying you, new biology. They're enjoying you. Sis says, newbie, you're amazing. Hey Isaiah. Hey everybody coming in.
Thank
And
you.
people and some of them say that was really good about you, putting your body up for science. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. I know once you're gone, you're gone, and of course you'll be doing that for your, I don't. Oh, I don't know if I could do it. Not that I would have control over my body, but hmm, it's something to think about because you're helping others in the process, so that's good. That's admirable. But then I don't know. You don't know if you want your butt. I don't know. That's another subject all by itself. Do you guys think you'd put your body up for science? There are people who have like family plots and they want everybody. Hold on. And they want like for everybody to be buried together and stuff, all the
Mhm.
bodies and stuff in the same place. So I don't know, like where is your husband planning? What does he plan on doing?
He
What
wants
what
to
if
be
they
free.
what if they want to visit you, even though you're not alive and your spirit is out of your body? What if they want to go back to you, like some people visit the cemetery, but
Right.
to their loved
That
ones and
see,
talk to
that's
them and
another
stuff.
thing that I'm trying to take away from them because my family is one of those families that they have the God, everybody's buried together. Then when we're like burying, I think my uncle was the last funeral we had. So then we have to go and we have to see all of these other graves of other family members while we're buried. It's just too much. I don't want my children to go to some graveyard sitting on the ground talking into the air. I won't be there. I won't be there. And this is why I tell them focus on how and why I lived. And if they look at it the way that I'm trying to teach them to, they don't have to go to a certain place to remember me or grieve me. I am forever with you. Every step you take, every move you make. I was put on this earth to be your mother, and I will always be right with you. And I tell them that now. I don't have to get out of my bed. I get so much done. I don't have to get up. It's 10 little me's running around, being the people that I trained them to be. In my mind, that's me moving something every day, whether I get up or not. Because I like to think that I put, decent, productive citizens out in the world. So yeah, I don't believe in the gravesite thing. And then on the as I'm talking, I'm thinking they are going to have to grieve. Everybody has to grieve in their own way. And as much as I'm trying to help them, that's the way I want to do it. That might not be how they see it or how they want to do it. And that started with me when I buried my son. I used to go to his grave all the time. I don't go anymore because there's nothing good that comes of me going there. I would be depressed for days. And birthdays and the date of his death and that whole thing, I was always out there. And I don't know if it sounds cold or distant, but why? Why? Would he even want his mommy sitting there crying? My tears are not going to bring him back. And I think that's a misconception that we get, that we owe it to the deceased person to be stagnant. We owe it to them to do what they can no longer do, and that is live, not just be alive,
Oh,
live.
that's a word right there. Because they would have wanted, and that's what some of my family members have been telling me of late, because it they've been saying you got to do what she would want you to do. You can't just be here living like this, eating extra, doing all these things and moping around, crying all the time. I don't think they would want that for you. So why would you be doing this to yourself? So you're torturing yourself while they're gone. So they
Hmm.
wouldn't want to see you torturing yourself. So the best thing you could do is just live life. Remember the persons, in their happy they're while they were alive. Remember the things they taught you and stuff instead of always just, hurting yourself while the
Right.
person is no longer here. So I can see what you're saying from that aspect.
Thank you, Peter. It was a long time ago.
I had an aunt just tell me this a few months ago. She's like, but she wouldn't want you to be doing that. At one point I wasn't eating, at the next point I was eating too much, and she's like, so do you think she would want you to be doing that and doing this to yourself?
Right.
So I get what you're saying, that the person would want you to continue to live and not be stagnant. I get that, but then it's kind of hard sometimes. But and then I don't like going to the cemeteries either. So I don't even think I don't know if I could go. Maybe families going there I could, but I don't see myself like actually taking myself and going there because I don't know what it would do to me. I can't. Mm-mm.
It's just not. Again, like with journals that I used to keep, and I would write down all the sad, traumatic things. What the hell am I going to go reread that for? For what? you know? And I still write, but I don't read those. I don't read those journals with the. I do that to get it out, but I don't go back and reread all of the. Ugh, for what? What is that going to do? There is nothing good that can come of that in my mind. I don't have verbal conversations when I know there is nothing good about to come out of this conversation. I'm not having that conversation. Why am I talking
Mhm.
to myself?
Hudson found an African proverb that says a man or woman can never die unless and until he or she is forgotten. So
Hmm.
I guess this is saying just about the same thing you're saying. They'll always remember you for who you are, what you stand for, what you taught them. So even if they pass and they leave, they don't really die. They may be gone in body, but in spirit, and things that they've you've experienced with them, their legacy, that they've left. So they don't necessarily die until or unless you actually forget that person. So if they go away physically, they're still there, meaning you can always, remember the person for who they are, remember what their legacy is about, so they don't truly die. I get what you're saying, Hudson.
It's just, and on an unrelated, unpopular note, I know I'm in the minority on this. I do not believe in, say, there's a person that's not such a nice person, wreak havoc and cause chaos everywhere they went, and they died. And then everybody is, oh, she was such a nice person. He was such a good guy. No, death does not change that. If you died a demon, you're just a dead demon. And I know people find that disrespectful. Just a second, Carrie, hold on.
Listen, they always say you never should speak ill of the dead. But what if they were demonic? What if they were a piece of shit? What do you do? And you can't find anything positive to say. You you can't find anything positive to say. What are you gonna do? Try to make stuff up? If that person, that would be so weird at a funeral. Like I've never been to a funeral of somebody who was a, should I say, criminal? Whatever. Like, what do people say at those kinds of funerals? You know, unless it is a case where you're gonna say everybody has some good way about them, so you can find those positives to talk about. But if there were a criminal, a murderer, somebody who committed certain types of offenses, that P word. Like, what do you say at
Mhm.
those funerals? My condolences to you, Hudson J. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry for the loss. And in those circumstances, I say peace and blessings to the family. And I'm not going to speak quote unquote ill of the dead unless somebody pushes me to it, because you get those people that are just like people with, oh, here I go again. If you have a baby and I tell you the baby's outfit is cute or isn't she precious, please don't push me because
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Christopher. I'm sorry. Let me mute. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. And I had that happen. And I know it may sound mean, but because they say every mother thinks their children are attractive. No, baby, I had some that had me scared in the beginning. They all look good now, but baby, some of them in the beginning was like, what have I done? And I could
Ooh, and
right.
Newbie's talking about her own. This, oh God.
Love it. That's the truth of it. And I think I told you this before. One of my girls, oh, when she was born, I wanted to cry. Like, what is this little wrinkle of, oh my God? And so it's so funny though, because she grew into herself. She's beautiful now. And she was a beautiful baby later. She had a rough entry, okay? She looked like what she had been through, honey.
Not a rough entry. Oh my God.
But on her little, the picture they take in the hospital now, they took that picture the same night that she was born. And the picture is adorable, but I got to turn my camera on and show y'all this because I don't know how to describe it. Her face was like this on the picture, like, bitch, I ain't ugly. It's like she knew we were talking about her. Bless her heart, but she's a cutie pie now. She's a cutie pie now. But yeah, I had a friend that had a baby that, like much like my daughter, she had a rough entry. Her looks weren't there yet. And she just kept on, ain't my baby so pretty? Oh, is it? And I'm like, oh, you got her dressed so cute. Oh, her hair is so thick. I'm trying to give her anything I can. She's just gonna make me just pushing the baby in my face. Like, ain't she beautiful? No. Yeah, I mean, you asked for it. Catch the hint. Take the compliments I'm giving you. And if she's beautiful to you, let that be what it is. So yeah, I have some tact, and I won't speak ill, but don't push me. Don't back me into a corner if you're not ready for my truth. And it's the same, and I'm fair, because when my brother passed away, my other brother said something, and it just always stayed with me. He said, C was a piece of shit, but he was our piece of shit. And that is so profoundly true. I cannot be mad at the people who jumped for joy when my brother died, because he'd done some things, and I get their anger. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think just your question was, what do you say about horrible people? And he wasn't, like the P word or any of that. He was a womanizer to a degree. We'll talk about that. That boy is a whole nother. I could write 12 books off of that boy alone. But your question was, what do you say about those type of people when they pass? You say nothing at all, unless somebody backs you in the corner and you tell the truth. Because that gets unnerving. Oh, she was so sweet. No, she wasn't. No, she was not. God bless her. I hope she got it right before she closed her eyes. But no, she wasn't nice. She wasn't nice. She was mean and she hurt people. So tell the truth. There's the short answer. Be truthful. Be quiet or be truthful.
You be saying that at a funeral, they'll be trying to cut your mic, girl. I got one person in particular. I know they better not ask me to speak at that funeral, especially when it's time to give tributes. Do not let me get a mic. Okay. Mm-hmm. I got 2 sentences and then I'll go down because I'm going to say it. Okay. I better not be at that funeral.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
You get what I'm talking about. You get what I'm talking about. Yep. I don't get the lying and the flip. Like, who is that honoring? When you get, oh, they were such an angel. No, they weren't. And you know it.
Or maybe I should not say anything. I don't know. I'll think about it. But if I ever happen to be there, girl, I know what I'll just, it'll take me only 30 seconds to hold that mic, say what I gotta say, and get off of here. Okay. No,
and that's
I remember Pete.
Carrie, it's just so much. I got a story for just about everything. I had an aunt. We couldn't stand each other. That bitch hated me and I hated her. No, hate is a strong word, but we had nothing for each other. Okay. And when she was one of the aunts that would, she was always throwing some event and I was never invited, which I was cool with because I wouldn't have went anyway. And then when she passed away, they asked me, was I coming? My answer was, for what? Because I didn't deal with the cousins, so I didn't need to go be there for them. I think my presence would have been more of a distraction and a disruption than me just not going. It was no reason for me to be there. But then they kept pushing. They were all over my social media. Oh, saying her name. She was such a wonderful person and kept on social media asking me, am I coming? Asking me how I felt. And finally, this is what I decided to do. When they tagged me in another one of those posts and they all under there asking me, I said, we're going to call her Ann for the sake of this conversation. I said, well, who died? I thought Ann died. It was Ann. I said, well, who is this wonderful person y'all keep talking about? They stopped tagging me and stuff after that.
Oh.
Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. If I would have went first, she wouldn't have been at my funeral and nobody would have expected her to. Like, go for what? I don't fumble with her.
You didn't F with her in death or in life. No, right. In life, so you didn't need to F with her in death.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everything doesn't just get washed away. Okay. Catherine said, somebody finally understands why I write in my journal.
That journal will bless you to keep you from clocking out on somebody. You get it out on paper.
So do you have to like keep it away from them? Do they have like access to it? Or they know that, listen, you don't touch my journal? Do you have it safely stocked away? What is it?
Well, it's basically just me, Mr. and the 16-year-old here. The 16-year-old don't fumble with my stuff. I don't have to worry about him. Mr. will not, he just, yeah, I don't think that he would read. He just wouldn't. That's just not his get down. We respect each other's privacy, what little privacy we have. So I'm not worried about him. He knows that Mr. MF exists. But yeah, and then the funny thing, I'm cleaning his truck one day, and what do I find but a journal that says the book of MF and Nubiology.
This is hilarious. So you over there having your book. He's following you. He's writing his journal too. Shit, that's so funny. So you finally found out he writes one, and listen to the name of that journal. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I was so tempted. But I said no. Some stuff I don't need to know. So I didn't read it, but I just, oh my God, that tickled me so bad. The way he titled it, that was hilarious. But I get it. Because I know I'm not a walk in the park. But no, and then like back in the day, I had a situation where people were reading my journal. But once I found out they were reading it, I started putting loaded entries in it. I started talking about their asses like dogs. And what are they going to do? Confront me? How did you get the information?
Exactly. What's the name of his diary again? What's the name of his journal?
The book of MF and Nubiology. Well, not Nubiology, my first name, but yeah, the book of MF and her.
Shit. Oh Lord, that is funny. And he hides it in his truck. Shit. Does he know where you have yours hidden?
Yeah, it's in my nightstand.
Ooh. He may have read it.
I doubt it. Trust me, some of the entries in there, we would have had conversation. He wouldn't have been able to hold it.
Ooh. This is too funny. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh god.
There
So
was,
you're
go ahead.
so you're saying sometimes it's best for you to write how you journal how you're feeling,
Mhm.
instead of like popping off, going, when you're angry, you don't have to just say certain things maybe at the wrong time,
Right.
because maybe when you're angry, it is not the best time to speak. So it's also good for you to be able. But then on the other hand, it's always good to get stuff out. Well,
It
I guess
just
it
depends,
depends on who
Tori,
you
it
are as a
depends on the
person.
situation. And
Yeah.
I'm learning myself and knowing when it's time to speak because I get, I go straight for the jugular when I'm angry. And it's not it's not always that deep. And see, I am a person who I am a downloader. I can remember what you done to me in third grade on the playground. Okay. So I don't want to be in a funk and then he says something that ticks me off and I end up firing on him for everybody else that pissed me off that week. So when I write it, I can go back and read it and say, I can sit with it and assess it and say, okay, that was not all that bad. All he did was this and thou. I was angry because, the boss pissed me off. My homegirl acted stupid. I had a lot of pent up, and I'm glad I didn't give that to him because he didn't deserve it. So that's what I'm saying with that.
I get what you're saying. I was here reading the chat while I listened to you. Hudson
Okay.
J. Hudson J was able to. Indigo was responding to Hudson because Hudson had shared something about his family, his mom. Um, and Indigo says it's a privilege to hold your mom in death, just as she held you in the beginning of your life. So it's an honor, you know, life
Mhm.
and death right there. Yeah. And I also want to take this opportunity to Heatwave is also grieving, so I'm hoping that she's doing okay. We haven't been hearing from her for a few days. So I'm hoping she's doing okay, and my condolences to you. Hopefully you're dealing with it. You have to It's not easy, but at the end of the day, you got to think about yourself. That's the only advice I can give you. Try to be
Right.
strong. That person who passed would want for you to be strong. That's the only thing I can tell you, because it can be hard, but you want to make sure that you can also remain alive. You don't want to stress yourself out and stuff, because I think I kind of see where I went wrong. The other day I was stressed the hell out. I was
Mhm.
so stressed out. I was crying every couple minutes. I couldn't focus on work. I couldn't do nothing. I kept trying to figure out what I could have done different to make them, but I couldn't do nothing more than what I did. There was nothing different I could have done. But then you try to blame, you try to see what if or what could I have done. I could have done this. I could have added this. But then there's nothing you can do at the end of the day, you know.
Right. But here I have a question about something you just said. When you say
Mhm.
be strong, what does being strong entail to you?
Being strong. Um, Let me see. You are gonna find times that you're gonna break down and cry and stuff. But you also have to say to yourself that you can't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself in the process. So be strong enough to sometimes, if you have to cheer yourself up, to continue to live life. Don't get yourself into this little. I don't want to. Maybe like you're gonna put yourself in a little bubble or a little space where you don't want to move on with life and actually see that life is still going on. Be
Right.
strong enough to not break your own self down. That's what I mean when I say be strong.
Got
Don't break yourself down in the process of grieving, if you get what I'm trying to say.
you. And I ask that because my definition of strength is the recognition of one's weaknesses. Be strong enough to acknowledge the flaws and the weak spots and deal with them accordingly. I have officially banned anybody in my life from telling me, oh, you're so strong, because in my experience, that person was only telling me that so they could throw their crap on my shoulders and have me carry it for them. So, and I'm looking at notes that, honest to God, I have notes right here. And at the top of it, it says, check on your strong friends. The one that's always,
Ooh,
I'm fine. The one that's
mhm.
always, it's okay. Those
Yeah.
are the ones that need to be checked on. And I
Yeah,
had
because they're
that.
holding up a lot. Yeah, I get. Yep, I agree.
I had a, just
They're so
recently.
busy being strong for everybody and, holding themselves up, holding others up. But who is there to hold them up too? Who
Exactly.
is there to
And
be
I
there
don't
for
get that.
them?
Something that peeves me is for people to tell, don't cry, stop crying. Why are you if I got kicked in my nuts, I would say ouch, right? So if I get kicked in my heart, I deserve to say ow. I don't have to unpack and live there, but damn it, this hurts. This hurts me.
Mm.
Ouch. Wham. You know?
Yeah, but when I say be strong, you are gonna experience, you have to grieve and so on. But while you're doing, just be careful that while you're doing it, you're not breaking your own self down.
Right.
That's my main thing, and that's what I should have focused on. You know, the I was at one point, you're not eating because of what you're experiencing.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't being strong right there. My family members that die would not want to know that I'm not eating. You know, and
Right.
then at one point I flipped the switch and I was eating like crazy.
Mm.
Emotional eating, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't want to know that I'm doing that. At the end of the day, you're leaving yourself out to become, whether it's with all the sugars and stuff, you're hurting yourself. I was doing the chocolate, I was doing the ice creams, I was just feeding myself. The
And my
snacks with all of
brother
that salt, the sodium and stuff. So you're hurting yourself.
say,
Try to always remember the person for what they have done, what the impact they had on your life and stuff. You are going to grieve, but at the same time, you have to be strong. Find whatever it is in you that you can use to motivate yourself to
right.
keep living life as it is. The person who passed would have wanted you to live, to continue to live life, and I had to learn that the hard way.
Right. I've had my moments too. Again, like when my brother passed, I shut completely down, wouldn't get dressed, wouldn't get out of bed most days, and it was just a mess. And then I had to remember the last interaction that we had was through Facebook. And he sent me this. He sent me a list of songs, which was our thing. We were always sharing songs and movies and that whole thing. And he just went into this thing about the children under us, and the newbieism and the nubiology of it all, and the future generations and so on and so forth. That's fine. And I realized when I read that he was preparing me for him to get up out of here, and he was telling me, go ahead and have your moment and break down for a minute, but get up. You got work to
Oh,
do, little girl.
mhm.
We got kids and
Wow.
grandkids and nieces and nephews now. And I had to get up as much as I didn't want to. And baby, when I tell you, it was like learning to walk all over again, facing this world and having to live the rest of my life without my right hand. Are you kidding me? But I had to get up because my brother, let me tell you something about him, Carrie. I could not physically, metaphysically, it was impossible for me to fail in front of my brother. I just couldn't do it. I didn't even, my mind wouldn't even process how to fail with him watching me. And here
Mhm.
I am. I've been laying in a damn bed for 3 weeks, not eating, not talking to people. Nah,
Yeah.
he would do that. So I had to get on up and make it work. And I felt guilty. I did when I first started moving back into my life and what I felt like moving on. I felt guilty, but I had to come to terms, and I was very conflicted because again, it was very publicized, his death and the circumstances surrounding it, and he was a very popular person. So in our hometown, everybody was talking about it. It was on the news, all of the things, it's all over Facebook. And in the beginning, I was mad because why are y'all crying? That's my brother. Can't we have, I can't have nothing to myself. Leave us alone. Y'all didn't know him like that. But then when everybody began to move on and the post stopped coming, then I was mad, like the nerve of them. This like they just forgot him. Why is nobody talking about him?
The nerve of me.
What do you want? Thank you. Yeah, I'll be writing in that book in a few minutes. Y'all heard that?
The mister came through.
Everybody grieves, and the other thing, and I'm trying to shut up. This is me trying to shut up. Imagine that. But what I had to tell myself, because and it's been 7 years now that my brother has been gone. And after a while, I felt like I was weak because it shouldn't be affecting me. I should be over it. I shouldn't still be crying. And I wasn't crying every day. And I don't cry every day. Most of the time when I talk about him, like now, I can talk about what a character he was and the good times. But some days I'm just walking through the house and it feels like somebody hit me in the chest with a hot sledgehammer. But I allow myself to feel it when I feel it. And then I keep going. And that's my right. I don't know what getting over it looks like.
You learn getting over it, Newbiology. I don't know who can, because right now I'm talking and I'm crying. And there's no way you can tell people to get over stuff. They have to feel and experience stuff for them. You can't just lock it off. But then you also, in the midst of it, you still have to try to be strong. Don't break yourself all the way down.
Right. And I'm at the point now, if it makes sense I can talk about it without that lump in my throat. So I count that as progress. But I live for him every day. I think about him every day.
I may need maybe a year or two to see things a little bit differently. Maybe it's fresh in my mind, so after a while I should be okay, I guess. But you can never get over somebody, losing someone. Especially if they had like a real impact on your life, like a positive, and if you're like really close, there's an empty space there that you cannot fill.
Right. You learn to live with it and you make the best of it. But I don't know what getting over. I don't even know what that is. Getting over it. But here's the thing, Carrie, it will get easier, for lack of a better word. But if 5 years from now you find yourself bawling your eyes out, don't feel like that you're being weak. You're just being human.
Girl, I've had moments at work I gotta go sit in my car and cry. Okay, out of nowhere, I'll be working and something comes up. I have to remove myself, go let it out for a little bit, wash my face, and go back and get back to life. I had to do it. This happened to me even this month. And I'm like, can't you stop? It's but stuff keeps coming up. You may be going in your phone, you may see a picture, a memory may come up, and you just have to deal with it right there and then. But you still have to realize that life still goes on in the midst of it all.
In my spirit that you play the same position I do. When tragedies happen in the family, I go straight into business mode. I don't get to grieve in the beginning because I got to make sure that I call and let everybody know. I got to help arrange the funeral. I got to do this. I got to be strong for the kids. I can't break down in front of my mother. And that's the mode that I'm in. So it takes, when all the dust settles, when everybody goes away and stops sending flowers and bringing chicken over, that's when I begin to feel it. So my grieving process is different. And I feel like you might be kind of that same person that in the beginning we go into autopilot.
Yeah. Hudson says there's no getting over it. When you lose a loved one, you just learn to live with the loss better each day.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't know how we got here. If I got us on this conversation, Carrie, I apologize. Because I know that this is still very raw for you. So we can stop and talk about Herb and the weather or something.
I'll be back.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm sipping coffee. I'm gonna read the comments. Let me see. Hey, Robin. Robin, I don't know if you know it, but you are my happy place. I look forward to your comments under my post and things. I always go and look for your comments, and they always make me smile. So thank you for that. Survivors get right. Mm, that is my dog is. I think he is feeling my stress because he won't shut up. This is still fresh, yeah. But Robin, I'll say this: I don't think your husband and your son would want you feeling guilty, and we kind of talked about that on that post. They would want you to live, and they want you to find joy all around you. And I think that's how you honor. And it gets, I told my sister-in-law, and I know it was maybe harsh, but my brother died, sis. You didn't. You are young. You have the rest of your life to live. And I don't think that she should live it tangled up in guilt and shame and hurt. And, I'm fair. I've told Mister, if I kick the bucket before he does, he has my permission to remarry. He won't find anybody as grand and marvelous as I. I'm being silly. But we have to figure out how to live with the loss and whatnot. And I wish I could say it was easy. It's not. But it sounds, I don't know, cliche, but cliches became cliches for a reason. Focus on the good times, on the laughs and the joy and the lessons of it all. And I talk to my brother. That might sound weird or creepy, but I talk to him all the time. I talk to him all the time. And I swear, whenever I have those moments, something will happen. Something that he used to do or some movie that we used to watch together will come on. It's always like a little sign. Like, I know he hears me.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I had to go do what Hudson did. Wash my face and stuff, pat myself and whatever. I'm good again. Okay.
Good for you.
I'm good. Okay. Oh, look what sis said. She says, I told my husband I would haunt him if he remarried. Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. Okay. Hudson J says, nothing creepy about it, new biology. I talk to my mom and my dad all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Robin says, ooh, seek out your thinking and thought. And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking and thought.
We've been all over. We've been having some good convos, right? No. We started off talking about stuff in the beef sector. We moved on to reality, to life and death. But with death comes life. You know, new things come out of death. Just so you know. Interestingly, there's always somebody being born after somebody dies. I don't know if that happens in your family too. There's
It
always a baby that comes by.
Carrie, I am the butt of a family joke because, like you said, every time a baby is born, someone dies. And so my brother, with his stupid self, he used to say that, like, you done knocked off half of the family, all the kids you had. But that's the circle of life happening right before our eyes. Because I promise you, every time a baby comes, we lose somebody. And that, oh, let me tell you about Miss Annie Pearl. Miss Annie Pearl was 97 when she passed away. And for those who follow, believe, or even have read the Bible, you know how it speaks of mourning when a child is born and rejoicing when somebody dies. Miss Annie Pearl was the first life where I ever rejoiced when she left here, because she had such a beautiful life, such a full life. She got to meet great, great grandchildren. She'd done all the things she wanted to do. She saw all the things that she wanted to see. And I just felt like it was her time to rest. And the thing is, some of her great grandkids had gotten off into some things that, gangs and trouble and that whole thing. And just I watched her watch the world she knew deteriorate to what it is now, the structure of family breaking down and all of the things. And she didn't speak on it, but I could see the hurt behind that. And so when she closed her eyes, the world seems a little colder with her not in it. But I'm so glad that she don't have to be here to deal with COVID and police brutality and all of the crap I'm so glad that she is out of it. If that makes sense. Miss Annie Pearl. Now that was a jewel of a person. That's somebody who all we had to share was she was such an angel stories, and it was true. Carrie, talk, because I feel like I'm rambling. You say
No,
something.
you're not rambling, girl. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I was just doing something in the back. Sometimes I step away from the laptop real quick, but I'm listening to you. I can still hear you. You're not
Okay.
rambling, girl. We
Okay.
get to hear from you. Sometimes you'll be on panels, newbie, and some people they talk a lot or they talk loudly, and you just come in when you can. So like it's a one-on-one. I just allow you to speak. You know,
Right.
you'll be on panels, newbie, and everybody's getting off. Everybody's trying to say what you may start, you may stop, but then you can't get to say what you say. So whenever you're on here, I just like I allow you to speak.
Well, I
It's
appreciate that.
always
I'm trying to
interesting
talk,
hearing you.
unless I have something to say. And what happens a lot of times, I'll go on a panel and I'm coming up there with one point, and then the conversation, I'm not going to jump in and cut somebody else off. And by the time there's a lull in the conversation, we move so far from the topic,
What you came to say.
what I came to say, that I just go ahead and I don't say it, and then the arguments happen. Or I'm waiting until the conversation might come back around to it, and then when arguments and stuff happen, I don't have anything to add to those conversations. So I drop down, or I just stay on mute.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday, I don't know if you were over to Brianna's. I was trolling when I got up there. I ain't getting down. I'm just sit here for no damn reason, add nothing to the conversation, and just get on everybody's nerve. Just take up space for the sake of.
Who cares? Who cares? People are okay with you clicking the link. Who cares, newbie? They love you over here. So once you click the link, you got a space up there. And I know sometimes I can tell you go up there to say stuff, and then by the time you get there, people are talking over and whatever, and you don't be shouting to try to get in and stuff. So I picked that up. So it is what it is. And people like having you up there. It just is what it is. They know to expect newbiology, and you're fine. It just is. But what were you trolling over there by Brianna? What was happening? Because I didn't get to see what was going on.
What were they talking about? I don't know. I was also drinking, so there's that. But Actually, that's why I went up. Actually, Lady Nika, Bree asked Lady Nika to come up. Lady Nika had been drinking, and she said, "I don't know if I'm fit to come on the panel." And so I typed in the chat, "Lady Nika, I'm 3 sheets to the wind myself," and she was like, "Well, come on up here with me." And then we came up and we talked for a little bit, and then different people got to coming up there, and arguments ensued and whatnot. And I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit there. And I was up there with people that I had never been on a panel before, people that I didn't even think knew my name, and one of them, Sir King, said my name, and I'm like, I forgot under what context. He was talking about getting back rubs or feet rubs, and you need a foot rub, Bree. And I don't know what newbie be doing. No, you don't, and you won't find out. I don't know you like that. And so I just sat there taking up space for no reason.
Girl.
One of my things, sometimes there are times when I want to hit the panel, but I don't want to go up there and just be in the way, and I don't want to come and make it about me, or I don't want to come up and change the subject or talk about something that's completely off topic. But I notice a lot of other people don't give a damn about that. They just come and make it about them, or they talk about something that has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation. So I was just being funny. That's why I say I was trolling. I'm just going to sit up here and look stupid like everybody else. Mm-hmm.
Be safe on the road, Hudson J. Hey, viewers of you. Thank you for passing through.
Hey, Miss View.
Hey, girl, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate the support of views of you. Views of you is one of them who's been supporting me. I gotta say thanks to everyone who supported my channel when I just started, and everybody who's been here. You see, like this small setting that we're in. Just imagine if it was a beef, how many people, if it was beef sector related or there was some drama going. But I like having like these nice, quiet conversations. I like it like this most of the times. You know, if I had been so interested in numbers and stuff, I would be on here trying to make sure I always be doing, content that is controversial or something happening with the beefing sector. I would be just sticking to it all the time. But I like having like little talks like this, about different things that
Right.
happen outside of the beef sector. You know what I'm saying?
Still to this day, my most viewed video is the one where all hell broke loose on my panel that night. I find that off-putting.
Right. So see, there you go, because of the mess.
Mm-hmm.
It was because of the mess that happened. So it is, and that is why when I think that anybody who's starting a channel over here, well, not over here, don't do it and be focused only on stuff happening in the sector. Try to give people other content. Matter of fact, you know what? Be yourself when you come on here.
Right.
Be yourself. Because you're going to find that if you go out and you're just doing stuff for beef sector only, people are not going to want to come when you have actual content. They're not going to be like your real supporters.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, the people who support me are the ones who are here from day one.
Right.
So like now, because I'm not doing beef sector content, they're still here because that's not what they came for originally. So I'm just saying, be yourself, do your own thing, and people who love and support you, they'll continue to love and support you for who you are, and not just come to support you, fake support when it's time for drama only. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Ronnie Q.
Hey, Ronnie Q. Now, is Miss Q still in the chat?
The same thing happened with the other day with the thing when Heat Wave and what's her name, Diva Tomboyish and Deanna. Go look. I just went and looked at that video. Do you know how many views that shit got?
I can imagine.
Okay, so that was the only reason they're over here. It's for the drama. And if I was that type of person who was all, interested in drama only, I'll be like, okay, well, this is the method. Let me stick to this. Let me just, but I can't, because I don't have that much energy to dedicate to that only. Right. Then I won't be being myself fully. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, so those who didn't see my channel before, they found it. But don't expect that number that you see on that video to continue to support you. That's my whole point. You're gonna have to
Exactly.
always be having some type of drama for them to come back, and I can't give that to you all the time.
Mm-mm. And like you said, I don't have the energy for that.
Mm.
And honestly, it wore me out that night. Well, you were there. I threw so many mods in that chat. Like, oh God.
That was an interesting night. That's all I gotta say. And people took
It
what they
was.
want from it. People twisted it how they wanted to. It was an interesting night. Okay. I hope
Yeah.
you got your watch time hours.
Man. That like I said, that's my most high viewed video to date. And I do appreciate you because you hung in there with me to the end, Carrie, and you like, Newbie, just watch. Just watch. Because I was like, what is happening?
Yep. And
What
nobody
just
kind of
happened?
figured out what I was saying over there. It was a laid back type of thing, and then the craziness started. It just is what it is. I guess it comes with when you have to deal with people in the sector.
Right. Is Miss of You still in the chat? I want to show her
Yeah.
something.
A views
Okay.
of you. Yeah, she's still here. A messy vlog says she'll stomp a hole. Okay.
Miss of You, this is for you. Now, I don't know when I'm going to send it because postage is high as heck, but this is for you. And it is a coloring journal. It gives you a scripture. I don't know. Let me see if that's in the camera. It gives you a scripture.
Hold on. Let me
Then,
put you on full view so you can. There we go.
okay, it gives you a scripture. Oh, uh-oh. And then it gives you space to write. And down in each corner, there's a little thing that you can color. And it's how many pages? 200 pages. Everyday Blessings Journal. So this is yours. I'll get, go maybe on my community wall and get me a post office box that I can send it to. Just don't expect it soon because, child, I'm lazy and, but it's coming. I've had it for a minute too. I'm so glad you're here. And I thought about it.
Oh, she says that is so sweet. She was looking at them. Oh,
Okay.
so you got your PO box on your channel? A view is a view. She's so sweet. She's sending you hugs, newbie.
Oh, thank you. I receive them. I need them too.
There goes a view is a view. For those who want to know, you can go ahead and subscribe to her channel, especially for those who like coloring and stuff. I call her channel a color and conversation channel. Okay,
Mhm.
she has conversations about different things. Ooh, did you go out the other day? What was I listening to yesterday? I'm trying to remember what I was watching a video. She was out and eating and stuff. But I like watching View when she colors and chats and stuff. I find her hilarious, because I like to be entertained. And she doesn't necessarily have to be like in all the drama here in this so-called sector, and that's what I like. Because she could if she wanted to.
Oh,
But
yeah, because I
she
love when she activates, honey. It
oh
is
yeah.
hilarious.
When she activates, that's the right word to use. Yeah, I like coming over by your channel. I see Vibrant over there too. Yeah. Girl, you better put your PO box on your channel, girl. Put that PO box up there. Chris says you got a good channel. Ooh, she said, ooh, right, activate. Oh god. Yeah, Vibrant, you're everywhere. Vibrant is almost everywhere. Vibrant supports everyone. Well,
Hmm.
most people, let me say that for the most part, the channels that I see, that I watch. Okay. She's all over. Christopher says sometimes you put the wrong day in your title and don't say anything. Hey Rick, good morning. Ooh, you just got up. Didn't you just fall asleep? You're up already? Shit. I was listening to music and stuff this morning over by Rick. He does his long lives when he does come on here.
Right.
Hey,
I was in
Tamiko.
there last night, but oh God, I had to go flat and I couldn't hang all the way to the end, but I was in there.
I was in and out. I was in the clouds mostly over there.
Right. And you know what? With his music, Rick single-handedly made me start listening to what is his name? Moneybagg Yo. He was playing this song Federal Fed, and from the first beat, I just fell in love with that song. I will never forget. I was playing it in my bedroom one day, and my son came running in and looked. And he went and got his brother, like, look at what mama you're listening to.
Blame Rick for it. Yeah, people were vibing the whole night. He had like over 100 just staying there listening for the entire night, you know? So the people hang with him. They hang with him if he wants to beef or, you know, or get into some ass, as he says, or if he just want to just cool out, you know, play music
Mhm.
and stuff. They appreciate, you know, what he has to offer just hanging out with him, you know? So that's
You're right.
cool. He says what? You need some more sleep. Yeah, you just went to bed, so yeah. I got noise in my back. Hold on.
Okay. And Ricky, you said you can't sleep all day. Oh, buddy, let me show you how it's done because I can outsleep the dead, child. But I get it because if I'm still awake when the sun starts coming up, I usually just go on and start the day. But I'm old. I'm at an acceptable age where it's okay for me to nap in the lazy boy chair, you know, throughout the day. So yeah.
Shit, did you see the pic that Rick posted up? Whose toe was it? Was it Choppers with talking about his toe leaning? Did you see that shit last night?
Yes.
I'm done. I can't take that photo out of my mind of that big toe leaning. It was a lot last night, man. It was a lot.
It was. I laughed out loud, like from my belly, so many times. That's why when I got sleepy, usually if I'm watching one of you guys, when I get sleepy, I'll just put my headphones in and go get in the bed and watch it until I fall on asleep. But I knew that he was gonna have me laughing. I said, "No, I got turned off. I can't even go in the room with this because I'll wake Mister up." Boy, he had me dying watching. And what was more funny than anything to me was watching him laugh at the different things that he was talking about and showing us.
He was cussing, but he was giving fashion tips, you know, like talking about the type of jeans Chopper wears. He may not necessarily have problems with them, but he's like, you can spice it up a bit. You can do stuff to make yourself look better and stuff. You can do better. You can do stuff. Find stuff to do with those pants you buy. It was a lot last night. It was a lot. And everybody was there for it. Okay. There for
Right.
it.
That the foot picture though, that and the way he said, "Don't ever take another picture of your foot." He
He
just
should
had
have
me.
never taken a pic of those toes. He was trying to prove something that he didn't have 7 toes. The least you could have done was put your feet in the sandals or something so those toes stay together. But that big toe was nothing for you to show. Let
Mm,
just leave people thinking you have 7 toes because with what you showed there, didn't look good at all. Okay.
bless his heart. I wonder. No, I'm not even being funny. Like, what caused that malformation? Was it wearing bad shoes or like the toe that was sitting kind of on top of the other toe? It was weird. It was. I don't even know whose foot that was, but yeah.
I think it was Chopper's toes. I don't know. There's something going on with the toe that's directly beside the big toe. The
Right.
great toe. It was something. I don't know. That toe needs to be broken and put in a cast, so it could grow straight. Because I don't know why it was going to the left like that. It's too much. Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna eat my pancakes, Carrie. You're not gonna have me up here talking about people.
Girl, I'm about to go get something to eat because I've been eating fruits all morning. Yeah, Ronnie, they need to break it and put it in a cast or something so it grows straight. Because I'm not playing that toe. It wasn't right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Vibrant Love says cheap shoes or incorrect sizes will ruin your feet. Tight shoes
Mm-hmm.
as well. Those toes did not look right. You're not telling me you came out of your mom's womb with your toes going to the left like that. I'm sorry. Uh-uh. No way. Mm-mm. It needs training so it could grow straight. I don't know. He walks a lot, so maybe that's it. I heard he walks. I hear. I heard he walks around a lot. He's always trotting. As from what I hear, he's always trotting around. So maybe that has something to do with his toes being like that.
Ronnie said, where
Go
can I
over
see the
my
clothes?
Rick.
Save yourself,
Let me
Ronnie
find
Q.
the
Don't
timestamp.
do it.
Let me see if I can find the timestamp for that. Rick was even laughing at me. He said, "I shouldn't be doing this, but." Let me see if I can find. Ooh, I'm on the wrong one. Did you take that live down, Rick? Oh no, he took it down. Shit. It's gone. It's gone. He took it down. Shit. Oh, you can find it on his community wall. Ronnie, could you explain one more time the thing about the Secret Santa? So it's $25 to $50, and it's you as the content creator giving back to your subscribers. I wish this stupid dog will shut up. Hold on.
My dog was out there cutting up too. With his little Yorkie poo thinking he a pit bull, so
Shouldn't be calling the dog stupid, but God, man, shut up. Shit. Vibrant says be good to your feet. Okay. Be good to your feet. God. Do manicure. Ooh. Just imagine that going. Ooh. Uh-uh.
And Carrie, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I've done manis and petties. That's how I paid my way through college. One of the times I went to college, child, I've been to school for everything. But that's how I pay. Some of the stuff that I saw, it was just unbelievable. Like, how did your feet come to such a pass? I don't get. And women, one lady's heels were so cracked. I swear you could stick like a popsicle stick sideways
Ooh.
in the cracks. They were that deep.
Ooh.
Like, does that not hurt?
Jesus.
And then
how do you let it get to that condition? That's the real question. Shit.
And she was one of the ones that told me, I want my feet to do my feet like yours. I said, baby, listen, I am not a magician and I am not the Messiah. It's only so much that I can do. But quick fun fact, take Listerine and vinegar and water and soak your feet in it, and that dead skin will just peel right off. Listerine, vinegar, and water. It is a miracle worker on feet.
Okay. You heard that, Chop. Oop, let me not. You heard that, guys. Vinegar, Listerine, and what else?
Water, just warm water. Soak them. And it will soften all that crust and dead stuff and you can scrape it off with your fingernail.
Okay. People should take care of their hands and feet, man. I gotta go like once or twice per month. Because if I can be able to go to, get your appointment, you must have stuff at home you could care for your feet until your next appointment. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
And here's the thing. I wear 6-inch heels almost every day. So I have to take care of my feet. And I can't wear cheap shoes. And some of the only Louboutin, however you say it, red bottoms. That is the most ill-informed shoe ever. It is not worth the money. It is so uncomfortable and hard on your foot. Now, Tom Ford, that's a good shoe. I feel like you're walking on a cloud. But because I wear heels, I have to take extra care of my feet because heels are hard on the female body. And a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure. So I have to,
Ooh, somebody agrees with you. Jamaican girl says vinegar and Listerine works miracles. Facts.
Yep.
Well, for all of you crusty feet people out here, You just got some info. You got some. You got. You got something. Vinegar, Listerine, and water. It'll take care of those cracks at the back of your feet. Take care of your feet. You guys got to do better. That's just crazy. Walking around with your feet like that. Shit. Mm-mm. Mm. Who's gonna get that, Isaiah? The saliva from a snail. How do you do that?
Hmm.
You're just trolling. You're trolling. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna cut out now. I've been eating fruits for breakfast. It's almost lunchtime. I don't know. It's brunch time probably, and I'm hungry because that watermelon did not hit the spot the right way. So I'm gonna go get something to eat. And I may come on here in the night. If Ronnie Q, I don't know, Ronnie Q may go live and Hose with Hearts. I'm gonna see if they're going live later. So we'll see. Um oh, hold on, let me put her channel in also. Ronnie Q may go live later, right, Ronnie Q?
Ricky, I'm challenging you to a rap battle, old school against new school. Let's get it.
Ooh. Ooh.
I am so joking. I would never.
Don't throw it out. He'll take it up. You know he he beat Trish over there already.
Oh my goodness.
You do you got that kind of skill though? You listen to a lot of battle rap music, newbie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he says he's old school too. So
Oh, okay. See.
what's the date?
Yep. I used to rap with my brothers, Carrie. They were always somewhere battle rapping and freestyling, and I couldn't let the boys outdo me. So yeah.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Well, you guys can set that up. Let him know when you're ready. That should be cool. That should be something different. And something unexpected. Nobody would have expected you to do battle rap, newbie. That should be fun. So Ronnie Q is having a secret Santa for where content creators give back. I think it's a really nice initiative, because you're always as content creators, even though I'm new on the scene, you're always you're always getting stuff from your supporters, getting in this context. I mean, they're always watching you, they're always supporting you. Some of them super chat, some cash app, some of them they click the like, they click the link, they support you in different ways. So she's just saying that this is a day to just give back. It's between $25 to $50, and there's going to be a drawing on December 1st and on her channel. And then you have to but you have to confirm to participate. Don't know if you want to click the link to say it, Ronnie Q, to explain to those who may not have heard. But I guess you're also gonna discuss it on your channel again. So let me know if you want to come up and say it so that those who are content creators can catch on. You've been saying it, and a lot of people have been entering and stuff. She says she's going live today. Okay, cool.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so we'll hear more about it, and hopefully other content creators will join. Oh, she's coming up. So once Ronnie Q speaks about it, I'm just gonna go ahead and end. So it's cool. The supporters are always there supporting you. So why not do one thing where you give back at least one time, you know, at least once. So it's a December 1st. I was kind of hesitant to do it because I thought it was gonna be like a Christmas type thing, and I'm not necessarily into that Christmas stuff. To each his own. There goes the link, Ronnie Q. She said so. She'll tell us about the Christmas
Dollar.
giveaway.
Mute.
Hey, Ronnie Q.
Good morning, Newbie. Good morning, Very Carrie.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Ronnie.
I know about the. Oh, I forgot to turn my. Sound off. Okay, I'm sorry. I know about those dogs barking in the background.
Girl, the dogs have been making appearances all morning. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, good morning. Okay, the Secret Santa is to give back to the subscribers. I will hold a drawing on my channel. I'm going to set up notifications so everybody will know what time I'm going live on December 1st. And then I want all the content creators who have confirmed that they're being a part of the draw. And if you're not there and you have confirmed, we're pulling numbers of all the content creators, say like for the Secret Santa. So if newbie, you're number one and you pull number three, that's Very Carey, and you cash app Very Carey between $25 and $50. And when Very Carey gets your cash app, she then cash app that prize to one of her subscribers of her choice. So, and if I pull your number, newbie, I'll send you what, $35, $40. And when you get that $35 or $40, you then have to cash app that prize to one subscriber of your choice. So it's all about giving back to the subscribers, but I wanted to get the content creators to pull numbers amongst themselves for the unity part of the beef sector. So that's what I'm doing, but it's all about the subscribers. Once you get your cash app drawn to you, then you give it to a subscriber of your choice. I would I would like everybody to participate, and that's it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's something nice. It's gonna show togetherness and stuff. It's gonna show that you actually appreciate your supporters. It's a nice. I think it's a nice little
Right.
gesture to give back.
Hmm.
Ooh, look at the views of you being messy. So Love the Love will not be able to participate. She says I think she's a $5 hole. Love the Love gives a nasty piece of $5. Okay. So all content creators should have in their, at least 35 to 25 to $50. So just to be
Correct.
ready to cash app it in case the number is drawn,
Correct.
basically.
And
Right?
the reason why I'm not telling you who number you drew, their names, I'm going to tell you after you've confirmed that you sent your cash out. Because, like, what if Sean pulls Spill It Boy?
Ooh.
And then after they cash app, then I would tell Sean, you pulled Spill It Boy. But they're gonna have to know who they pulled anyway because they have to cash up the person. But um,
Yeah.
they have to cash up the person, so they'll know. But they won't know right away. They'll just know they pulled number three. Who's number three? Oh, you got Nubiology. Okay, so yeah, they'll know because they have to cash app them. But it's a little suspense in there. Like, who
I
did I
hope nobody
pull?
messes it up
Yeah, and
because of your beef.
we also have a few subscribers who said that they want to participate. They want to give back to other subscribers. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in, but if they want to give to a subscriber, why not put them in? So we have like four subscribers who want to be the Secret Santas for other subscribers. So I think I'm going to put them in.
Are you gonna separate it or well?
No, I don't think I'm gonna separate it. That was
Okay.
one of the things that I was thinking too, to have a separate draw for subscribers who want to get back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the fence with that. It's only four subscribers so far that notified me that they want to participate. But yeah, if a subscriber want to participate, understand that you're not getting a prize, you're giving a prize. So there's nothing in it for you other than giving to another subscriber of your choice. We're
Okay, that's
giving.
cool.
Hmm. All
So
right.
I'm
Thank you,
I'm
very.
in. Thank you so much for letting us know about it, Ronnie Q. I appreciate you
Okay.
clicking the link.
You.
Thank you, very
Right.
Carrie. And if for some reason you're not able to be there on my live on the first, I will pull your name in your absence and let you know
Yeah.
whose number you pulled. So you guys can get to me on my community wall post about you can get to me on the post that I do December 1st of the draw, and I'll let you know whose name you pulled, and you can cash app them.
Okay, cool. That
All
is
right.
cool. Right.
Okay.
It would have been
Have
so
a
good
great
if it
day.
was done live and then not that part, the giving part, and the subscribers could click the link. But some may not want to click, but that'd be good.
Yeah.
It would be good, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I hope
Or you
all
could
the
do a follow up.
yeah, I hope all the subscribers are ready to cash app on that day, and then
Mhm.
they can choose who they want to cash app that day. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some people who are going to cash app that day, and then they'll
Mhm.
cash app their subscribers that day, and
Yeah.
I will let the subscribers, show their thanks or whatever. So it's gonna,
Mhm.
we're gonna, I got it organized, but
Yeah. That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So all right, thank you.
Thank you. That's a good idea, though, Ronnie Q. That's something good. Then that's going to be a nice little thing to do in the sector,
Yeah, I
giving
think
Right.
it'll be fun.
subscribers. So kudos to you on that one. That was a really nice idea.
All right, ladies, have a good morning. Have a good
All right.
You
day.
too.
Thank you. Same to you. So we're going to cut out now. Thank you, Ronnie Q. Thank you so much, New Biology, for sharing with us this morning. And a
Thank
lot of
you.
people were
Thank you for
loving
letting
your
me.
input.
Yeah, I think I needed to vent a little bit, so this was good for me too. Thank you so much. You always give me a voice over here. You know this is my safe place.
Yeah. And you're welcome anytime. And you know it too. All right.
All right. Thanks for having me, Carrie. You all have a blessed day.
Same to you, newbie. It's gonna be on the 1st of December, Doreen. Yeah, it's gonna be on the 1st of December. And Ronnie Q is also gonna go live. Oh, I need to put the link in for Ronnie Q. For those who don't have Ronnie Q's channel, ooh, let me go back to my channel because I was being inquisitive in somebody else's live while I was here. Okay. So for those who don't know Ronnie Q's channel, please go on ahead over there and subscribe to her. The link to her channel is right here. Ooh, there we go. There we go right there. Please go ahead and subscribe to Ronnie Q and go ahead and support. Okay. The dog is back. I don't think he's stopping anytime soon, and this means it's time to go. Okay. He is not going to stop barking. Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. I may come back tonight. I'm going to go get some to eat, get some work done, and I may, lounge around. Today is going to be a lazy day for me because I'm tired. I work hard, dang it. Okay. I'm gonna get some rest and I will see you guys later. I appreciate everyone who clicked the link. I really do. I appreciate everybody who typed in the chat. I appreciate those who shared my link and everybody who shared their experiences and words of comfort to everyone. It was a nice little sense of community on here today, and I really do appreciate it. Big ups to Ronnie Q for her initiative that she started. She's gonna, it's a Secret Santa thing. Let's give back to the subscribers. And I want to thank everyone who has been supporting me. My channel is relatively new. I've been, well, I don't know. I'm almost to a year, I think. I don't know. I'll go count. Maybe 8 months. I don't know. I'll go see. 7 or 8 months. I don't know. I'll go check. But I've been getting the support from those who have been here for forever since from the beginning, and I appreciate. I've been getting support. People have been subscribed to me before I even started doing lives or dropping videos, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has been here, and thank you to those who support me in different ways. You're welcome anytime, Ronnie Q. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, and I will see you later on tonight. Be blessed. Remember, reach out to family that you haven't spoken to in a while. It may not have been that you're not on good terms. It just may have been life and you guys, haven't been in contact for a while. Reach out to them so you don't have to be meeting them at a funeral, hearing that they passed or anything. Reach out to your family just to say hi. Call and say hi. How are you doing? Just check up on them. And that's it. That's all. All right, let's listen to some drumming and I'll be out and I'll see you guys later. Bye.